Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Folks, it is Tuesday evening. The title, Illinois police release body cam video of Sonya Massey killing. Sonya, I think it's Sonya, but condolences to the family. R.I.P. to this woman. I'm tempted to say a queen. She was a graduate of college, I think. I saw some type of cap and gown. Maybe that was high school. I'm not sure. She was 36 years of age, July the 6th. You can see the video footage. I saw the video footage last night, and then I wanted to wait. And then I saw another angle. She put the pot down. She said, "I'm sorry." And that piece of shit shot her 3 times, shot her in the face. And he said, Sean Grayson, who has been fired from the police, we'll get to the police station shortly. He said, "You better fucking not. I'll fucking shoot you in your fucking face." And then after he killed her, roughly 12 to 15 cops were on the front lawn of her home, some suburb, again, in Illinois. He then said, "Fucking bitch was crazy." A total loose cannon, out of pocket, out of control. And in case you don't know, since August 2020, now fired Officer Sean Grayson, former deputy, he worked less than 1 year at a different police department, 1 year at another police department. He was arrested twice for Class A misdemeanors, DUIs, since 2015 and again in 2016. How was he allowed to have a gun and a badge? I want to talk about this evening. And yes, Ben Crump is on the job. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Ben Crump is on the job, repping the family. The family will get a bag, yes, but it can't always be about a bag. Troll babies, good evening. Are you guys up to speed on the topic? And is Tamika Mallory and my homie, my son, are they on the case yet? I'm sure they are, right? A very tragic, sad video. And I want us to walk through this step by step. Again, in case you didn't catch the beginning, she said when they came to her home, because she called 911, she suspected a prowler. She said, "Don't hurt me." That's what she said, "Don't hurt me." And then they responded. He said, "Well, we're not here to hurt you. You called us." They go inside. They're looking through her house. Her house may have been junky, but let's not hold that against her. Probably was clean. A lot of you have junky apartments, junky homes, but they're clean. She carried herself well with me, well, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure if she was under the influence of something or if she had a sip or two. And you know what? So what? If she did, she was home. It's not like she was out on the goddamn street somewhere. So miss me with all the, she was high on something. Okay. The cop is the one, Grayson, former cop. Let me stop calling this piece of shit a cop. Grayson is the one who said to the other cop, he pointed to the stove on the pot. She gets up. He allows her to walk over to the pot. If he was so goddamn nervous and full of, hate, he would have stopped her and said to his buddy, "You check the pot." He allowed her to go over there to the stove. She took the pot off, put the pot in the goddamn sink. Now, there's another video that popped up, his camera, which at first we didn't see his camera, body cam, Sean Grayson. Hours later, I saw another angle from his body cam. And when she put the pot down, she said, "I'm sorry." She crouched down. She had the pot holders, and then she started to come back up, and pow, 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 he shot her. What say you? What are your thoughts? I've given stories like this over the years. Am I tired of these types of stories? Yes, but I always find a new angle to try and help some of you younger people. Or maybe you're not young. Maybe you need to see certain things with regards to these types of mishaps, if you will. Does it happen to white people, Hispanic people, and Asians? Yes. Yes. But if you ask me, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, the timing of this one is just a little odd, huh? I don't do conspiracies. But with Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris now being given permission by Beyonce to use her song Freedom for her campaign, whoa! You tell me, huh? You guys always like to say, yo, it was staged. This is orchestrated. I'm not going to say that because this woman died a tragic death. But this one here just seems very, very peculiar, okay? Sonya Massey, again, 36 years of age. In my opinion, she did nothing wrong. Her father, who I saw talking on the news, he seemed to be very distraught. And he said, I know my baby's with Jesus. And I have no problem with that. If that's what he needs and believes for the purposes of closure, comfort, so be it. So be it, you know. Also, I do want to talk about Kamala Harris, guys. You up to speed that Beyonce is allowing her to use her song? Is that from the Lemonade album? Where's that song from? Freedom. And is Kendrick Lamar on that track? I've heard that song. Freedom. I got the lyrics to Freedom. Whoa, whoa. Kamala Harris come over with the smoke. Now, Trump is my guy. I will vote for Trump. But let me just say this. Let me say this early. I wouldn't be surprised if Kamala Harris wins the presidency. Again, the president is selected, not elected. And they are gearing up behind her. I think over $150 million has been raised in over just a little over, 24 hours. Whoa. Okay. All right, guys, showrunner, I want us to continue our conversation about seafood and the documentary that I'm going to put in the community section after I finish this broadcast is titled 7 of the Most Faked Seafoods in the World. It's a documentary on seafood fraud. It speaks about the Toyosu market, the largest fish market in the world, and the fact that Asia produces 70% of the world's farmed fish. And the farmed fish, most of it, if not all of it, does have antibiotics in it. Okay, this is according to, hold on a second. Got all sorts of notes here. Sit tight on the phones, guys. According to the ocean conservation nonprofit, Oceana, they did over the years, they've been doing all sorts of research, and they have found that seafood is commonly fraudulent. Area code 215, you there? Good evening. Are you ready?
Good evening. Yes, I'm ready, Star.
How are you?
The police had no reason to escalate it to that degree.
Yeah.
That woman was obviously experiencing a behavioral health, mental health crisis. They could have easily left that apartment, house, whatever, left that dwelling, and called for a mental health crisis response unit. For them to escalate it to that degree, what was the crime that they thought that she was committing that required them to ask for ID? What was the crime that they thought she committed that required them to have a presence in her home?
Yeah. If I can respond to what you're saying, in most states, standard police procedure, when you call them, they do want to ask, and by law, they can ask for your ID. You've called them, so they have the right to ask you for your ID. If you're walking down the street, they can't just say, hey, you come here, let me see your ID. Some states, they can do that, but going into your home, you call them, they have the right to ask. Now, I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think she had any mental health issues. She was joking with them. She's over at the goddamn stove, And one of the cops, he's all fucking scary. He starts backing up, and she said, "Where you going?" Right? She said, "Where you going?" And then the other one says something about the pot, want to throw water on me. And she said, "Oh, well, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Right?
Right.
Tell me where you suspect mental health. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't see that.
Well,
Please.
There was a report that she had mental health, past incidences of mental health. That she was, I think, bipolar schizophrenic or something like that.
Okay.
So there was a report that that's what she had a past in that. But again, I don't think that there was any crime that she committed that justified them going to that degree. Like, they could have easily left her house.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they might have had the right to ask for her ID, but they also had the right to say, "Well, look, you called us. There's nobody here.
Right.
Look, we're gonna leave." They had that right also.
Yeah.
And also, I know you mentioned what is it? I don't want to say the politically incorrect pronunciation of Kamala Harris.
Kamala?
Kamala, right. Is it Kamala or Kamala?
Some people say Kamala. Some people say Kamala. I just go with Kamala, but go ahead.
Okay, I don't think at this point she can say anything about reparations.
Okay.
I don't think she can come out in support of reparations. I don't think she will. I know you mentioned that. Really, I don't know if that's going to be the showrunner or a topic in the show, but I don't think that she can come out in support of reparations. I don't think she will come out in support of reparations. And I really believe that Donald Trump has the high card, and he may point out if she runs on this sister girl, black thing, he may come out and bust her out like, "Yo, look, you're not even black."
Yeah.
He might come into the debate and be like, "Listen, you're not even really black. Why you keep saying you black?"
Well, listen, I'm a Trump supporter, but at the same time, politics is a dirty game, the dirtiest game. Yes, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And if you ask me, Sleepy Joe, I have no proof, tried to pop the top of the orange man. He tried to pop his top. He failed. Allegedly, he failed. And again, I'm no Kamala Harris supporter, but if she even just mentions, reparations, I think that would help her. But go ahead and finish up, please.
I don't think she'll do it. I don't think that Biden tried to look for that assassination. I don't think he did it. I think it really was just some crazy. Again, mental health is real, man.
Okay.
Mental health is real. That's all I got to say, man.
Thank you,
love
sir.
Squirrel Party.
Oh, thank you.
One more thing. Squirrel Party, I had one of the most. I work from home. And a lot of times I get distracted by TV, by internet. I had one of the most productive days with Squirrel Party on just by putting it on the TV.
Thank you, man.
I'm not distracted as much, but it gives me that white noise in the background that allowed me to be productive.
Folks, my other YouTube channel, Squirrel Party, is doing really, really nice. Anyway, I'm just saying with regards to Kamala Harris, I wouldn't be surprised, if she mentions reparations. Hey, she's gonna do and say anything she has to. Politicians lie. I'm just saying. Hey, Sharice, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Oh, Sharice, I need to mention something here, guys, with regards to my my new life coach. Write this down. My new life coach position, if you will. Ladies, if you're over 35, I can't help you. No need to contact me. Fellas, if you're over 45, I can't help you. There's certain things I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you wasting my time. So let me just say that right now. We'll talk about this a little bit more later. Ladies, if you're over 35, I'm not the guy to contact. If you're trying to find love, if you're in your 40s or you got 3 kids, I can't help you, okay? And we'll talk about that later, okay? All right, hold on a second, guys. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Area code 215. Good evening. The body cam footage of Sonya Massey. Did you see it? Are you up to speed? 215.
Peace, Star.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace,
Star.
How are you, sir?
No, actually, no, I didn't watch the footage. I mean, there's only but so much I can watch of that.
Okay.
I mean, they damn near like snuff films at the moment. So
yeah.
no, I didn't. I'm not going to get all emotional and watch the piece. But Whitey's up though. Whitey's right now. Whitey's 1,000-0 right now. And to all of the so-called FBAs or the ADOSs or whatnot, Whitey ain't playing with y'all. Whitey ain't playing with you, your grandmother, your grandfather, or your kids.
I can respect what you're saying, but now, are you a father yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I got 3 kids. The gun range is on deck.
Okay.
You know, the CCWs is on deck. I'm out of Philly, Star.
Okay. May I suggest?
Yeah,
may I suggest?
Talk to me.
May I suggest, sir? I'm not a know-it-all, and I respect you being a father.
Yeah.
I'm not a father. Well, I don't claim anybody, but the video itself is a good learning tool for young people. I recommend that parents show it to their kids. I know it's a little hard to swallow, but listen, my father told me back in the 70s, boy, the police want to kill you. Don't give them a reason to. And that was during the whole, you know, the man in blue is a friend to you during that era. You feel me?
Oh, no. We don't play those games. Not in Philly. The cops will smoke you in Philly too. I don't know, Star, whether you was in Philly that time, but a friend of mine, he got murdered by the police, by the name of Dante Dawson or whatnot. And allegedly they claim that he was reaching for a weapon, but he was reaching for a wallet. You know, his car broke down. He ends up waking up. And here it is. He gets hit all in the
story sounds familiar, and I do have roughly 5 family members that are law enforcement in the Philadelphia area. So, you know.
Right.
No. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it.
But again,
I'm sorry. Good.
Not a problem.
Well, no. Before you go, any thoughts on farm-raised seafood? Do you care?
Farm-raised seafood. Ain't no telling what we eating these days. Everything we get out of the market right now is a mystery mix. We don't know what we eating these days. You know, whether it's plastic, whether it's farm-raised, home, it's probably grown in somebody's basement at this point. Who knows? But that's all I got to say, Star. Okay. Peace. Have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Peace. Yes, my life coach duties that I am now taking on. Ladies, if you're over 35, I can't help you. If you are a nigga with a wig, you're trying to find yourself in life, I can't help you. I can't. Like they used to say in Harlem back in the 80s, I'm just being honest. I can't help you. Area code 202, sit tight. You will be my next caller, 202, sit tight. Okay. I'm looking for a confirmation. If anybody cares, that song called Freedom that Beyonce gave Kamala Harris permission to use with her campaign rallies. Was Kendrick Lamar on that track, guys? Something going on with these sister girls getting behind Kamala Harris? Sean Grayson, again, that's the piece of shit, the former deputy who shot Sonya Massey. You can see him in the video, and you can see the hate within him. You fucking better not. I'll fucking shoot you in your fucking face. That's what he said to her. Does he have a perception about a certain type of culture and or females? If you ask me, yes. Yes, we can explore that as well. Not that that justifies anything, but I'm just saying let's put everything on the table and try to be objective as to why this guy would go into the home of a skinny woman, you know, who called them for help and then all of a sudden shoots her in the face. Sheesh. Area code 202. Good evening. Are you there? 202 on a Tuesday.
Crown from D.C. Star. This is Crown from D.C.
Crown, good to hear from you, sir. Where do you want to start?
Here we go again. And of course, we hit a rally with the family of Sonya Massey, Foundation of Black American Community. The caller before me was totally disrespectful, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Here we go again, and it's the political season. So now is better time than ever to push the rally for reparations for Foundation of Black Americans specifically. Okay. We have these race soldiers out here, as you just stated. We're not going to call him a cop because that's not cop work. That's not police work. Matter of fact, him and his partner drew guns. So that's not just put it on him. Right. Him and his partner drew guns. So he's complicit as well, along with the entire police agency and police force. I don't care how they looked when he was outside on the footage and he called her crazy, BITC. I don't care how they looked. Right. He was not reprimanded right then and there. So I don't care about none of that. So like I said, we're here to do what needs to be done and continue to rally. You know, whenever we do have a Wilmington, they want to come and destroy. Whenever we do have a, North Carolina and cities in Florida, they come and destroy. So I don't want to hear anybody talking about Black folk do better, kick your boot, tie up your bootstraps. We don't want to hear none of that. When we do that, the white supremacists still come and bother us. So, like I say, now is a better time than ever for Trump to step up and listen. If you want the black vote, you know what they need to do. Kamala Harris, you specifically said what you're not going to do for black folks. So we ain't got nothing to do with that. Beyonce, I don't know why you went out of your way to give her that song from the Lemonade album.
Yeah.
You just told us who you are. So it is what it is. But
well, now, hang on, Crown.
Yes.
This was not staged. Right. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying some people think in those particular patterns. This reeks to me of a sad situation that we've seen before. Do you remember Atiana Jefferson in Texas? Shot through the goddamn window of her home in 2019. I think the cop was convicted. If that's the actual story that I'm thinking about. But is there a certain perception that law enforcement or the dominant society has of these black women? That woman, to me, Sonya Massey, was very, very polite, very kind. Okay, so what? She couldn't remember her name or something. Maybe she was literally scared of them. I've got to call you, but I'm scared. Did you check out her demeanor? She seemed okay to me. What'd you think of her demeanor?
Yes, and and to me, her demeanor is justified whether she remembers her name or not. You have two white officers who are there to help you, but they're not doing it. So we don't know if she was petrified. Was that her first time calling the police? Maybe she just was in disarray that they're in her home and they're asking her different questions that don't have anything to do with the potential power that she specifically called for outside of her home. So we don't know where her mindset was. I'm not going to sit up here and say, well, she was drunk, she was high, no. She had two white people in her home who did not need to be there. She's called about something potentially being outside, and they went inside her home and made her seem like she was crazy, and then they took aim and assassinated her. So I'm not going with this BS narratives. I
gotta interject, Crown, and say that the police were not there to help her. She called for help, but technically the police come to enforce the law. That's a big misconception. They're coming to enforce the law. So you got to turn all the goddamn lights on, keep your hands where they can see them. Don't be all jittery. Turn the music down. Sadly, that's where we still are in America. I think that some people, if they can remember, stream live. If you call the cops, put cameras inside the goddamn home. That's where we are. But go, you were saying? Go ahead.
I agree. I totally agree with you. But like you said, the perception is we what most people think to call the police for help, not only just for enforcement, but for help. I'm by myself. I'm a woman. Maybe I don't have a man, a husband around. I need a male figure to check out the area because I hear things. I'm hearing stuff. I don't know what it is. That's probably what she may have been thinking, but you're absolutely right. And at the same time, you're speaking about the issue in Texas. Whether or not the officer was convicted or not, no laws were changed and nothing was done systematically to help us. So we don't need just convictions. We need enforced anti-Black hate crime bills for foundational Black Americans in this country. Yeah. Not no ADOS, not no groups, none of that crap that everybody keep trying to cling on to us, no GLOMs, no none of that. Wow. We need enforced anti-Black hate crime bills for foundational Black Americans along with reparations. It's just that simple.
I need you on one more thing before you go, Crown. I'll skip the Asia producing 70% of the world's farmed fish, but I have to ask you, it's just a theory of mine. Do you think there's a chance Kamala Harris may address reparations? I know her feelings about it in the past, but she's now running for the big chair. Do you think she might put it out there just to try and pull people in a little closer? Just mention it.
No. Here in DC, we already have Black women on the radio now talking about rallying for sister girl Kamala Harris. So and she hasn't even spoken. She hasn't even spoken on what she may or may not do for foundational Black Americans during this election. So and I guarantee you, she's not talking.
That's my point. Crown.
Right.
That's my point. I know she ain't said nothing in support of it thus far. But what if she mentions it? Would that make everybody say, "Oh, I'm voting for Kamala"? It's just a question.
No. All talk is cheap, and we know who's funding her. All these hundreds of millions. She went from 25 million to 50 to 100 and something million in less than a week. Come on now. So we know who's funding her, and we know who's backing her, and we already know what her mindset is outside of her already saying what she's not going to do for us. Okay. So screw her and screw everybody else.
Thank you,
FBI all day.
Thank you, Slew.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whew. Guys, sit tight on the phones. I see you folks at the top of the live chat should be the PayPal link if you cannot get through on the phones. Okay. Also the Streamlabs link if you want to contribute to the show. Okay. Also, guys, I'm going to be taking a couple of days off. What is today? Today's Tuesday. I'm going on a date tomorrow in the afternoon with that 28-year-old Jamaican. Is she 28 or 29? I forget. I'm going on a date tomorrow afternoon. But I'm tired also. The heat has been killing me. I'm not good with the heat, and the heat has been draining me. I had to bring in my weight bench set today from the patio into the living room. It's too much to go out there and be trying to, lift weights in the goddamn sun. So I think I'm going to take a couple of days off. I'll keep you posted tomorrow in the community section, okay? But I'm just, the heat's killing me. It's killing me down here. Okay, Rastafari Ministries. Hold on a second. I've been wanting to get that man on the line. Good to hear from you, sir. It's good to hear from you. Rastafari Ministries. Is that
What's
you?
Up, King?
How are you, man? Did you see the video, the horrific body cam footage, the killing of Sonya Massey? Did you see that?
A prisoner of war will remain a prisoner of war unless he either gets rescued, escape, or fight his way out.
Okay.
Or makes a stand. Africans in this country are prisoners of war. And unless they shake the economy of this country, even though we laugh at Martin Luther King, some of us do. I don't. Mm-hmm. I think he's a hero. Yeah. We laugh at a lot of the civil rights era individuals. You have to affect the pockets of this country for there to be change.
Very well said.
And just put in lip service to the issue, and having Crump, God bless him, come up there and do the whole spiel. That ain't going to do anything. African Americans have to get back to the grassroots and have, say, an all-week strike. Nobody go to work. Let that rent be late for a month. shut down. Right now, you have Delta's flights are going so crazy. The Feds are going to sue them because of the whole, internet power outage.
Mm-hmm.
You have a work outage where no African Americans go to work, or a large percentage of African Americans go to work, and it affects the economy. Trust me, there will be changes in the police force in this country.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, man, I appreciate the call. I have to bring other people on. Anything with regards
I commend you for that other show with the family in Mississippi what got fired from the Burger King or whatever.
Yeah,
and
man.
also this story. It shows black men have no compassion. That whole show really made me cringe. It showed black men don't have a lot of compassion for black women. Seems like we got a lot of black men. A lot of us have a lot of issues. Because
I was in support of that black woman. Yes. The hater. I was in support of that woman and her
You were in support of it.
Yeah.
You're in full support of it. I mean, you showed humanity.
Yeah.
And you would expect a lot of other black men to show humanity.
Mm-hmm.
But they went ham on their past experiences with other black, but that had nothing to do with that issue.
Scorned.
Yeah. We have mommy issues. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of rejection issues, and we need black men need to heal.
Yeah. Great to talk to you, man. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
All right.
Yes,
Rastafari, blessed love, King. Prosperity ever, forever.
Bless up. Okay.
Yes.
Rastafari Ministries. Guys, if you're just now joining the show, we're discussing this very horrific, tragic killing and the piece of shit. He's been released. He was arrested for first-degree murder, Sean Grayson. His track record is horrible as a police officer. He's moved around from 4 or 5 different police stations in less than 5 years. Arrested twice for Class A misdemeanors, DUIs, driving under the influence, since 2015 and once in 2016. Hold on a second, guys. Today's religious talk. David, how are you, man? I got your donation. He says BLM, Black Magic. Working the negative charge. The sorcerers. Wow. Okay, well, you're going there. Might you want to call in, David? Shoot me an email. I'm looking for some different takes on things with regards to this particular tragedy. Blade, I got your email. Yes. Blade, I've got information on him, his very pathetic track record, but thank you for your email. Okay. Hey, Shanice, I got your donation. Are you calling in, Shanice? Okay. Area code 347, sit tight. You're up next. Okay, Shanice says she's 41, and that's some bullshit that I can't be a life coach for a female over 35. You're 41, you said here. You're heading towards possible, if you're not married, respectfully, depression. If you are married, why would you need a male life coach? Are you trying to find your way about in life? I just think that past 35, there's nothing I can offer you, with all due respect to female, but thank you for your donation, darling. Area code 347, good evening. We're talking about the video, the body cam footage, the killing of Sonya Massey. Are you up to speed? 3, 4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you?
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. I'm right here. I'm alarmed, but at this point in time, with everything that's going on in the world right now, when I see what's going on overseas, and they say how America is related to Israel, and I see how they go into the homes of the Palestinians and they kill them over there. It looked like that in America. And us as indigenous, those that believe us that we are indigenous, we go back over 300 years of our existence in America, and we can find our documents. Our people fought for the Confederates. We didn't even fight for this flag. We were buffalo soldiers. We rode buffaloes, bare feet. I found all of the documents. I found all of the records. I have everything. I have everything. I know who I am. We go back over 300 years in this country.
Sir, can I interrupt and say I stand with Israel? I'm not trying to hear that sand nigger Palestinian bullshit.
I know that.
Hang on, sir. I let you speak. I let you speak, sir. I let you speak.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to hear that sand nigger Palestinian bullshit tonight. So let's bring it up to date here, okay? Sonya Massey.
So up to date here.
Killed.
So up to date here.
Please. Go ahead. You have the floor, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, up to date here. As us being in America, whether we say we are FBA, you know what I'm saying? It's not a time to protest in March, man. The days for that is over, bruh.
Okay.
It's over. These people hijacked the government, and they first-generation citizens, man. Kamala Harris is a first-generation citizen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The girl, Jean Pierre, is a first-generation citizen. You know what I mean? David Imhoff is the guy that's in charge of censoring everybody. Look him up. That's Kamala Harris's husband. And he's a small hat.
This we know, sir.
Small hat.
This we know.
So
now, hang on before you go, sir. Before you go, I'll let you get it off. Any thoughts on counterfeit seafood? This is a huge billion-dollar industry. And listen, I've got one foot in the grave. You know my age, but for other people coming up who are concerned about their intake and their consumption of growth hormones, antibiotics, any knowledge on seafood and the reality of what's going on.
I put in reality, does the fake seafood has mercury in it? You know what I'm saying? Because niggas love seafood, so
right.
You know it's like that. So you know how it go. They gonna eat that shit anyway. Don't matter whether it's good for you, bad for you.
I appreciate the call, sir. Salute.
All right, peace.
Yes, sir. I let him talk, and I want you guys to talk. You don't have to agree with me. Again, the documentary I'm talking about, it's on Business Insider on YouTube. It's titled 7 of the Most Faked Seafoods in the World. They talk about crab, tuna, scallops, salmon, red snapper, lobster, caviar. Oh, my God. What they're doing to sell fake caviar, it's disgusting. Something else I want to mention. Oh man, was it? We spoke the other day about the what is that red dye that they use for the tuna steaks here in America, but in Canada they won't let you use that red dye for tuna steaks because it can hide the spoiling. If anybody saw that particular episode, okay? Guys, on the screen, please check out my sponsors, www.luxuryopticdesign.com. If you send them your prescription, you can get some fancy glasses. I'm supposed to be sending my prescription there. I just got a little busy, but I will, and I'm going to get a pair of glasses as well, okay? I didn't speak to Anthony, did I, or did I not? 201, you're up next. Sit tight. Please be ready. 201. Or maybe I did speak to Anthony. I'm not sure. Damn. Okay, this person is just doing a lot. I can't handle that. Okay. Thank you, Blade. Blade's doing his usual. Okay. Micah got your donation. How else could Juicy Crab keep feeding niggas? Mike, do you think that Juicy Crab, which is a chain, a seafood chain, and Papados. Well, let me be very careful because I don't want to accuse them of anything by way of counterfeit seafood, but I'm going to come back to that. I don't know where they get their seafood from, but if they ever start selling counterfeit seafood in the Atlanta metro area, somebody's going to win. Area code 201, good evening. We're talking about the killing, the body cam footage of Sonya Massey. Are you there? 201?
Hey, Star.
Hey.
It's Jace.
Jace from the Jace Perspective. How are you? What's cracking?
I'm good. A little tired. Got a lot going on, but I figure I'll stop in. I've been, checked in a minute. So I was like, let me just check in real quick.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and talk. Introduce yourself whilst I'm looking for your showrunner so I can promote you. This is Jace, guys, from the Jace Perspective on YouTube. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, to just let you know, I just dropped the episode, so I sent you all the information.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the Sonya Massey thing is very unfortunate. And I really, like I said, I had a lot going on this week, so I really looked at it real quick while I saw your topic was up, and it's fucked up, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
And I think that this gentleman, this cop, needs to do a nice amount of time and be punished adequately.
Well,
he
has been fired. Former Deputy Sean Grayson, a track record of really just disgusting behavior. So, even if she was, and I don't know that she was, sipping, smoking, whatever, her demeanor was mild and calm, and she said, after one of the cops started backing up when she took the pot of boiling water off the stove, she said, "Where you going? Where you going?" And he said, "Oh, I'm not backing up for you." And she said, "Oh, well, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." She said that twice. Yeah. You saw the one cop get really just aggressive with her and then shot her. Take it from there. Take it from there.
Again, like she said, her demeanor was very calm. There was no need for that. I was reading a piece of article on Forbes where it was saying that the department was saying he did not respond in the way that he was trained. So I sometimes think that people will get in positions of power just to be able to do, what the fuck they want to do. And he just happened to choose.
I need you to watch the F-bomb, Jace. You have to watch the F-bomb. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I believe this was an abuse of power. He had the gun in his hand, and all she had was a pot of boiling water. He says, "I'm not taking no effing water to my head," and like that's a pot of water compared to a loaded gun is no comparison. Right. So yeah, he was on his best BS, and so it's unfortunate.
In your opinion, what should, what may happen? Here we go. This is listen, I went to Ferguson when they killed what was his name? Michael, I forgot. Oh God.
Michael Brown.
I went to Ferguson. Yeah, you can go to my IG page. I was out there, hands up, don't shoot, and all that extra stuff. I was there a couple of weeks after his killing, when Freddie Gray got killed in Baltimore. I went there less than a month after he was killed. So I put boots to the ground. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. I'm tempted to go there to just to put a face to things. I think this is more horrific than the killing of Michael Brown.
Absolutely.
As a woman, anything that you feel by way of a connection to this woman?
Definitely. I have a fear of cops. Without getting too personal, I, being younger and something happening horrific with my mother, which resulted in her death.
Okay.
Cops don't seem to want to come to the aid of Black women. Threats are not taken seriously. It's very sad. It's been happening. Like I said, I was 19 when it happened. I'm now about to be 50. So it's been happening for decades. And if I am driving and I see cops behind me, I automatically start to get palpitation in my chest because you don't know. And it could turn ugly within mere seconds.
Did a police officer kill your mother?
No, she was killed by her second husband. She had a stack of restraining orders.
Okay.
And he would come in and they never took her threat seriously. And she was like, "Please do something," but we were down south.
Okay.
Please do something, and no one can, and she ended up losing her life. And it's just like, I've never been a big fan of cops as a whole because for many reasons. And like I said, if I'm driving and a cop will get behind me, I immediately get nervous. Because it's like, I don't know. he may come up to me and I may go to, reach for my purse and even say, "Officer, sir, I got my hands up. Let me reach for my purse." And he may say, "Oh, today's the day." And bang, I'm gone.
Okay.
You don't know in this day and age. So it's important. I'm very sad for her family. I really hope that I hope that true justice is served. Not just a slap on the wrist, not just a couple of years. Yeah.
On your platform, and it's on my showrunner here, youtube.com/@the Perspective. How often do you go live or do you post content? And tell us again about the last video that you just put up.
I do a mix. I'll do live and then sometimes I'll just do a video and I'll drop it because the episodes are not that long anyway. So pretty short and sweet to the point. The episode I just sent you was basically about just Pearl Davis and just Pearly Things, Pearl Davis and Brittany Renner. They had a fallout on the podcast.
Hang on. I saw a clip of that about a week ago. I was trying to find the full episode. Did just Pearly Things? She got up. Did she leave? Did she walk off because Brittany Reiner, is that her name? Brittany Reiner.
Brittany Renner. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Renner. Did she leave because they were kind of clashing?
Oh yeah. She collected her electronics and she skedaddled. She left.
So you covered that.
Now, like I said,
you covered that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were basically having a situation of asking questions it was 4 young ladies. I'm just familiar with just Pearl and Brittany Renner. I'm not familiar with the other 2 young ladies. I've never seen them before and I didn't get their names.
Okay.
But that clip was more hot of Brittany and Pearl going at it than the other 2 young ladies. But they did some kind of segment where it was like, hey, we're going to pull off questions. Mm-hmm. So Pearl turned to Brittany and said, "Hey, Brittany, I saw you posted a question about female intuition." So Brittany immediately got defensive and was like, "Okay, what's the problem?" And that's where it went. I'm
going to check that out. Hey, thank you for tapping in, guys. Please go check out Jace on the Jace Perspective. Her information is on my showrunner. Listen, and when you call, just email me. Say, "Star, I'm on the line," so I can get you right in. I don't want you on hold. All right?
Okay, I appreciate that, Star. Okay, my dear. Well, you take care.
Talk to you soon.
Yes.
All right.
All right, dear.
Bye now. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Any other sponsors? You don't have to wait in the queue. Just email me and say, "Star, I'm on the line." Let me get you on the phone here early. T, I got your donation. We all know that hater Robert De Niro covered at least 80 of that 150 million. Because of his hatred of Trump and the fetish for old black seasoned coochie. F out of here. Yeah, I'm sure Robert De Niro put some money in with regards to the Kamala Harris campaign. Big Larry. Okay, Big Larry, hang on a second. You'll be my next caller. I see you in the queue. Big Larry, sit tight. You're up next. Big Larry. Okay. Is it Fabi? Okay, you're talking about Project 2025, Fabi. Yes, a former Trump associates, people are behind Project 2025. This we know, sir. But at this point in time, Trump has denounced it. So what am I supposed to do here? Oh, no, it is his. I don't know that to be true. I thank you for your donation. He's denouncing it, sir. He's saying he's not affiliated. He has no knowledge. That's all I got for you. I mean, there's times when we do conspiracies. If you want to call in and you want to put Project 2025 to Trump, feel free to call in. I don't like it. I don't like anything that has a hint of a totalitarian nation myself. But thank you for your donation, all right? Is it Big Larry, 618? Thank you for your support and thank you for your patience. Are you there? Big Larry.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, I wanted to address the subject of Sonya Massey because I stay in Springfield, Illinois.
Okay.
If you know the history of Springfield, Illinois, you know that's where the NAACP started.
Okay.
Also, there were race riots, and the city is very divided. As far as black and white. as far as where they live, and like schooling. But with the Sonya Massey, from what I've heard, and I don't know for sure, I think she suffers from schizophrenia.
Okay.
And what that officer did was absolutely disgusting. But at the same time, I blame the black community too.
Ooh, let's go.
Whereas in white America, mental illness is discussed more. It's given more leniency, I would say. But in the black community, it's untalked about. A lot of black people suffer from mental illness. I'm a bus rider, and I see this every day. But they talk all this pro-black stuff and all this stuff, but where was the community? They say it takes a village. Where were these people at in her life that know she suffers from this illness? How were they helping her?
Right.
Is how I feel about it.
If I can respond to what you've just said, and again, thank you for your patience. I saw you in the queue there for a while. I just couldn't get to you right away. I'm not saying you're wrong. But just based upon what I saw, her demeanor was not, chaotic. She wasn't even jittering, and if she had a smoke or a toke or whatever, she was calm. When she came to the door, did you see her say, "Don't hurt me"? She said, "Don't hurt me."
Yes, I saw that, but also as a black person, we don't really want the police in our home.
You're right.
So
you're right.
So when the police officer came up to her and he said that, do you need help? She's like, yes. He's like, what's the problem? She's like, I need help. That was kind of odd to me. And then when he asked her about the broken windshield in the car, it's in her driveway, but she don't know. And the fact you got these two big hillbillies in your house and you going to ask to reach for a pot. That like I said, I don't think she deserved that. That was horrible and disgusting. But it's certain things like I would think that a sane black person, knowing our history and the history with police, wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't even made it in the home unless the police came in by force. And then she said, I got to show you some papers. That right there kind of let me know like something's a little off as far as her mental abilities, if you get what I'm saying.
I got you loud and clear. Now, did you say you're a bus driver or you ride the bus? I want to be clear.
I ride the bus.
Okay. And you said you see all sorts of things on the bus? I want to be clear.
No, as far as black people and mental illness, I see this a lot when I get on the bus. It's like riding. You see a lot of strange things on the bus, but I notice with people of African American descent, a lot of mental illness that's, I think, undiagnosed or unchecked on.
Okay. Yeah. Niggas riding the bus for an hour, to go work a bullshit job. Stressed. Niggas are stressed, right?
Yeah.
Now let's go back for a second because again, you were on hold for a while. I don't want to rush you off. So you say you blame the black community. I don't know whether she was paying a mortgage or whether she was renting. I don't care if that the home was a little junky. It seemed to be clean. It wasn't like, filth, And I don't know that area, as you said you do. Do you think that there was a perception by that piece of shit, he's a piece of shit, Sean Grayson, towards black women. And he, in his mind, he just deemed her as a lowlife. As soon as he even spotted her, as soon as he put eyes on her, this is a lowlife, and I'm not going to play with her. What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely. I've been called the N-word 3 times since I've been in Springfield. Like the white people around here, they that some are openly, they openly let the N-word fly out their mouth, like they, like it's a normal day. Mm-hmm. So as far as his perception on black people, do I think? Yes, I think there's always a negative perception of black people because wherever you go, you take your race with you. So I don't have a doubt in my mind that he has certain pre ideas about what type of woman this is, or
right,
what's her living situation. I don't doubt that.
Yeah. And let me say this to be clear: I don't blame her at all for what happened. Her demeanor was calm. She tried to be playful. Maybe what she said was taken the wrong way. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That's how some black folk talk, and then he flew off the handle. You better not, I'll fucking shoot you in your fucking face. Whoa, damn. And she didn't go into that whole, I don't give a fuck. She didn't do that, and then she crouched down. Did you hear her say, I'm sorry? She said, I'm sorry.
Yes, I did hear that.
I'm sorry, and he still shot her in the face. Finish up, man. And do you want to tap in on the other, the showrunner? Not that you have to. Seafood fraud. Do you care about that? No?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I'm not surprised. I think a lot of food is going to become artificial. Yeah. And I think you spoke on this as far as like in the next couple of years, like what they say, like a lot of animal species won't be around here. Yeah. So, so I wouldn't be surprised if, you would be eating
They're going to be selling human meat. Be selling human meat, sir.
You said what?
Human meat.
What about human meat?
We're going to reach a point in society when we sell human meat.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Some natives, they call it long pig.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't doubt it. I wouldn't necessarily try, but
no, would I? But listen, maybe 40 years from now, you'll be able to go through a drive-through and say, "Hey, can I get an order of the niglet fries?" So. Pardon me, that was wrong. I'll edit that part out. Anyway, go ahead, finish up, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Kamala Harris, I wanted to speak on that.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
If Kamala Harris, if she gets elected, I think that the black community is already in regression, but I think that'll be like a death blow, if you want to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
And based on her history, she has no positive intentions for black people. And I'm not racist or anything, or I don't have a problem with interracial dating, but I would never trust a black woman that's married to a white man to the extent of what I would trust a black woman who's married to a black man.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for your patience again. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Folks, hang on a second. I want to throw something on the table. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight, but is anybody up to speed on China Mac from China Mac TV? I got to say salute to China Mac. I'm not sure if I ever met him through my travels, but He's doing the damn thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you who, if you watch him on YouTube, China Mac TV, born and raised in New York, he's Chinese. To my knowledge, he doesn't speak Chinese and he's never been to China. However, he just started traveling. He spent some time in Africa, Taiwan. He did a video with himself and a lot of the young triad guys. He has just now moved to Vietnam. I watched a video with him and his landlord. They were chasing a little lizard through the bathroom. Anybody know what I'm talking about? China Mac. I got to say salute. He's doing the damn thing. I think that is so cool when people leave from what is known as their comfort zone and they try to broaden their knowledge. China Mac, anybody know who I'm talking about? He was over in, just walking after a couple of hours of being in Vietnam. And some guys, I think they're from Australia, they recognize him. He jumps in the goddamn SUV with them. They were all on code. Anyway, myself being a traveler who still takes a lot of road trips and things like that, I just thought it was cool to see him. If what he's doing is just traveling to make content and to, again, broaden his knowledge and his understanding of life, I salute him. If anybody has any knowledge about China Mac, please email me with regards to his trips. Or if you no, I'm just telling him I said salute, man. I'm just now starting to enjoy his content. All right. Okay, the real Rico Mercado, I got you donation. Star, never call the cops if you black or Latino, RIP. Well, there are times when you have to call, but you have to think. And I think now you have to really think about, filming inside. I've always known, and my father told me this back in the 70s, the police want to kill you, boy. They're not your friend. So get that out your mind. The man in blue is a friend to you. The police, when they come to your home, they come to enforce the law. And he told my whole family, don't nobody ever call police to come here, because if you do, I'll burn this motherfucker down. Police never came to my home in the 70s, 80s. No, sir. No, sir. Blade, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, and thank you. Jace, do you have a wrench for that live chat? Jace, you should have a wrench to post links. Let me make sure that you do, or let me know, okay? T, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Is it L Antrax? I got your donation. What are you saying here? Okay. Someone says, thank you for dropping so many gems and game. L Antrax, thank you for your support. Thank you. Someone has been on hold for a while. Area code 203, good evening. Did you see the video? Sonya Massey, she was 36 years of age. Are you there?
I'm here.
203. Hey, baby.
I'm here. Peace, Star.
Peace.
I did see the video.
You're on a headset, baby, or you're on a speakerphone. We can't hear you. Can you make the adjustments?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Give her a second.
Peace. Can you hear me now?
It's a little better. How are you? What's cracking, sugar?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, I actually saw the video on Monday. Yeah, that video was it was a tragedy. It was, as the brother said before, she did get assassinated. It's a couple of things. The thing is this, we got to remember, we are at war. There's no mistake about it. If you don't know that, and you have black and you have melanated skin in this country, I don't know what it's going to take in order for you to get it. For number one. For number two, you can tell that she was actually suffering from a mental health crisis. She couldn't process questions correctly. She didn't know how to answer when they were asking her direct questions. You understand? But the cop that shot her had already had animosity towards her before he even rang the doorbell. It was like he was already aggravated that he was at work. You know what I mean? You could just tell his energy when he came. Do you need help? Do you need help? It was like, what was all the guff about? You know, he didn't even give the sister a chance. She was already afraid when she came to the door. I believe on top of her already having.
She did say, in case you didn't hear it, she said, "Don't hurt me." Did you catch that?
Exactly. And that should show you right there that there was something more going on with her. If you call the police and they show up at your door, why would you say, "Don't hurt me"? You understand what I'm saying? And then he said to her, "Do you need help?" She said, "Yes." With what? She said, "I need help." If she's giving you the same answers to the question that you're asking her, there is obviously something going on with this young lady. And then the other thing that was really telling and upsetting is you notice that the shooter didn't have his body cam on, only his partner did.
Well, hang on a second, because when he shot her, the body cam was on. See, there's two.
That wasn't.
Hang on, baby. Hang on. The first video that was released did not show the body cam on him. I was talking to somebody on the phone, Dana with the data, and
right.
Dana, she always does digging and research, and she shot me the second video and said, "Here's the body cam from the cop who shot her." So they released it later, but you can see her when she drops down. She put the pot in the sink. She dropped down with the potholes, and she said, "I'm sorry," and then she tried to raise her head back up. That's when he hit her 3 times. Now, let me just go back. Okay. So let me just go back for a second and correct you. She was not assassinated. She was murdered, baby. Political figures are assassinated. Go ahead.
Star, you don't have to be a political figure in order to be assassinated, babe. Come on now. That was.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Like, come on now. What we doing? You know,
Tupac was murdered, baby. He was not assassinated. Go ahead. Biggie was murdered.
Just saying.
Not assassinated.
Exactly. We could agree to disagree on that.
Okay, baby.
But and then the other thing that I thought was telling is, yes, his partner also did discharge his weapon. However, did you see the portion? I don't know if, like I said, I saw the video on Monday. I wasn't aware. Thank you for correcting me, because I was not aware that there were different versions of the body cams released. Right. On Monday, what I saw was the partner's body cam, because initially that's all they chose to release, I guess. So when the shooting did happen, immediately after the shooting, after it's like 15 cops on her lawn or whatever, when he went to his car for a moment, did you see this man shaking and just, I don't know if they showed that version of the video, that he was totally torn up. Right. Like you could tell he was torn up. And I'm not saying that he wasn't complicit. He wasn't down with his boy. I'm not saying that. Right. I'm not saying that they weren't practicing that, back to blue, but he was definitely shaking, because he even asked him, he was like, "Did you shoot?" Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, I shot her." And the other thing about it too, do you remember in the video when she verbally talked about the pot being on, and he said to her, yeah, go handle that. We don't need any fires in here. Right. So I'm trying to figure out, how would you even try to lie and say that, oh, you thought that she was going to throw some hot water on you, when it was verbally spoken that she had a pot of water on the stove and she was going to attend to it because it was boiling. His partner said, "Yeah, we don't need any fires around here. So go ahead and handle that." Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was just.
Can I jump in?
All wrong.
Can I jump
I'm sorry,
in?
say again?
Can I jump in? I'm agreeing with you. We have no argument here. I'm agreeing with you. And again, I liked her demeanor. She wasn't all obnoxious, I don't give a fuck. She wasn't on that type of time. Now, if she had mental health issues, then that's even more horrific, because she could have hallucinated something. I'm not trying to put this on her, but if she was high on something, damn, that's the worst time to get shot, when you're high. You're feeling, you're grooving, something, and then here comes somebody pulling out a gun. Whoa! No, but she was in her. Hang on a second. She was in her home. And again, I have no proof she was doing drugs, but that's where you do drugs, either in your home or in a goddamn hotel or motel. Do you think, let me just throw this at you, do you think the black people should maybe come up with some other type of network to call police or some type of more community security force? What do you think about that?
I actually, we definitely need to self-police. It's definitely, like you said, it is, the police are not here to help us. Very reactive and most times ineffective.
Right.
And on top of that, you know, our tax dollars are paying out lawsuits at an unbelievable rate. It's just ridiculous right now.
Talk about it.
And I just think that if they take away that qualified immunity and start making these lawsuits come directly out of their pensions or what have you, we would see a change.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The change would come. There would definitely be a change. And not only that, it's this culture of, you know, he gets fired from one place and then he goes to another place and gets another job and then gets the, you know, and then when he does something egregious to melanated people, oh, give him a promotion. It's the whole bag. It's just, you can't say it's just a couple of bad apples when it's happening at this rate. It's just the whole system is definitely needs to be.
Would more black cops be the answer? You sound like a knowledgeable
No,
woman.
absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I don't think about more black cops. When you're talking about, it's either blue. What do they say? What's their quote? How do they represent themselves? It's blue.
Black cops are the worst cops.
It's blue before everything. Yeah, like come on. It's blue before everything. Like that won't matter. That won't matter. It's at the end of the day, the police are just the overseers that we used to have back in the day in the plantation. And it's the same thing. They're here to, like you said, enforce the law. They're not here to help us. They rarely, if ever, stop crime.
One question, baby.
I've heard of,
I'm getting backed up on the phones here. One question before you go.
oh no, you didn't say that after I held on a long time, but go ahead.
No. I'm trying to give you some time to respond to these different topics.
Okay.
I'm a Trump supporter. I'm voting for Trump, but now, you know, Kamala Harris is getting her weight up. She's getting that money up, and she's saying the right thing. She released a statement with regards to this shooting. Beyonce has given her permission to use the song "Freedom" from the Lemonade album for her campaign rallies. Do you think if Kamala Harris even entertains the idea of reparations, I know she has not been in support of it, but if she entertains it, do you think that would really help her with the black vote?
Yeah, unfortunately, we still have black people out here that believe whatever the Democrats say, even after 50 years of getting nothing done for them.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, all she has to do is lie. They've been lying. So look right. Look what the campaign was for Joe before she stepped in. Before, you know, we really started talking about the decline of his health. People were like, "Oh no, he did things for black people. He did this. Just all lies. Nothing specifically for us. Yeah. Nothing specifically for black people." So at the end of the day, it's some people who would they have this crazy allegiance to the Democratic Party that doesn't make any sense. And they will just vote for her because today she's black. Because remember, she wasn't saying she was black before. She was Indian. She was everything but black. So at the end of the day, unfortunately, I don't think that would matter. But the ones who know better, they know, man, it's the couch. Okay. It's the couch.
Maybe I have to take other calls. Thank you for your patience. And I appreciate you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye now. Okay. Zay, I see you, Zay. Sit tight. You're up next. Zay, I'm coming to you shortly. Just give me a second. Troll babies, I'm going on that date tomorrow with the 28-year-old Jamaican girl with the big firm headlights. It's going to be an afternoon date. We've been calling, just a little texting. I'm not big on the texting. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted. I just need to get away for a day or two. I'm not going to hang out with her, overnight. That's not happening. but I need to just maybe pull back for 2 days and just let my body regenerate, because the heat has been killing me here in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. I go out in the mornings and it's sweltering hot, and then I have to come back home and shower, take the nap, and then I'm filming the squirrels, Oh, let me give you an update on Squirrel Party on YouTube. The Blue Jays, whoa, 20 deep today. I'm looking in the goddamn trees. I picked up some binoculars a couple of days ago. I'm looking in the trees. I counted 20 Blue Jays, and they're communicating with each other. I'm going to load up a video tomorrow morning, and listen. You can, of course, you're going to look at the screen, but just listen to the Blue Jays in the trees talking to the other Blue Jays, I guess, about how they're going to, take over. But now the CCG, Crystal Coast Gang, that's what I call the squirrels. The squirrels are ready. Troll Baby says, anybody notice some of the squirrels are like flying and jumping out of the trees, and they got this weird thing where they like to jump in the air. So the hang on a second. So the Blue Jays have got, they've got a battle. Let me just say that a battle ahead of them. Okay, I'm gonna point that out. All right. Is that Zay? Zay tapping in. Give me a second. 213. Zay, you there? Tuesday night?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, big nigga?
Good to hear from you, man. Promote your platform. Let me get your information from my screen, please. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It's 93 Zay. I'm back at it. I dropped a new video an hour ago.
Okay.
Drake dropped the plunger on K-Dot in Houston. Not Like Us is no longer being played in Houston right now.
Yeah, I see it's banned in some restaurants. What's going on?
Yeah, looks like Drake and Jay Prince is on a tender tour. Just trying to stop it from being played in the club, the strip club, the schools, homecoming. You know what I mean? So he on the tour right now to make sure the city stop playing the record. But there's other people out there saying that the record is still being played in other places. Who knows if he gonna lay the beats by Dre on people down by there?
Okay.
But for the most part, that's what we're hearing right now, that he's trying to stop the record from being in rotation out there in Houston.
Zay, I have to jump in and say they're not called records. They stopped making records decades ago. They're just songs now or streams. Go ahead. That's an old term, the record. Go ahead.
No, for sure. That is an old term. But I definitely did want to touch on the topic.
Please.
With Miss Maxey, like that. Honestly, all jokes aside, man, it is a genocide going on against Black people. Let's not get it fucked up.
Just watch the F-bomb. You're doing good. Just watch the F-bomb, please. Go ahead.
I apologize. What happened that night was absolutely uncalled for. It shouldn't have happened. That lady wasn't bothering those people, man. She had a cool demeanor, like you said.
Yeah.
They even told the lady, man, we don't want a fire in here. Go attend to your boiling water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as soon as, I don't know what church, as soon as they heard, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you.
Yeah.
That said something, that must have brought back some memories or something to these people, because there's no way that you shoot a woman in the face twice like that, man. You know what I mean?
Well, he
That's
shot 3 times. Did he hit her once or twice in the head? Because his partner said he was going to go outside and get the get the bag or something like that. And he said no. He said the kid. He said no. It's a headshot. She's done. He said she's done. Was it twice or 3 times in the head he hit her?
I think it might have been twice, at least twice. So I know it was at least twice. Then after the killing, he goes and like, oh, this crazy B.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Crazy bitch. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Star. That is not cool, man. man, like that. I showed that to my kids, letting my kids know, like, man, this is what the police will do to you. You must keep your hands to yourself, keep your hands up.
Yeah.
Make sure you're alert, you're responsive, you're doing what they tell you to do, because they will try to get you out of here. These policemen are on a rampage in certain areas of the country, and you need to learn how to protect yourself. And
I want to say that they also kill white people too now. It's not just black people. I've seen some white cops literally part the scalp of a deranged white person. But now, if you ask me, they will give a white person more chances than a black person. When you think about that, go ahead.
Oh, most definitely. I seen white guys charge at police with knives, and they're like, man, put the knife down, man. What you doing? We not trying to kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's definitely, they're so much more patient. You know, it's white women out here who be smacking them upside the head with their shoe and stuff. And,
right.
You know, they would never fix their lips or fix their hands to squeeze a trigger at a white woman. Right. You know what I mean? Right. The way they would. You know, it take a black, you know, it was in Minneapolis, there was a Somalian cop.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yep,
yeah.
That shot the, and yeah, so, you know, you'd be a situation
he went to jail.
If he was white.
Didn't he go to jail, though?
Oh, yeah, they sat him down. Yeah, oh, yeah. Hey, come here, turn that badge in, buddy. Come here. You know what time it is.
Yeah, set that nigga down.
Yeah, that nigga there. They're like, yeah, come here, buddy. Yeah. They get him the book. So hopefully this dude, he's been charged with murder, correct?
Yes. And hold on a second. I want to make sure I have everything spelled correctly on my screen. YouTube.com/@93ZAYTV. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How often do you post content or stream live?
I haven't streamed live yet, but I try to do post on once a day.
Okay.
You know, sometimes be posting at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning,
okay.
Trying to get it out the way. Because, you know, I'm trying to stay busy too, trying to take care of the fam and work as well, provide for them.
Okay.
But I appreciate anybody and everybody that has supported, that has watched, that has subscribed, that has left a comment.
Nice.
I'm trying to constantly get better at this game of YouTube. This game of YouTube is a hustle, so you know you gotta keep showing up. You gotta keep popping out. You know what I mean? So that I'm trying to do that for y'all. I appreciate everybody. You know,
okay.
I appreciate you, Star, for even giving me the platform.
Great to talk to you, man.
It's a blessing.
Yes, sir. Salute, Zay.
All right, my love.
Take care. All right. It's one of my sponsors. David, sit tight. I see you. You will be up next. David, give me a second. I just got to reset things. Hold on. Okay. Guys, if you're just now joining me, we're talking about the tragedy, the video of Sonya Massey. Illinois police released yesterday the body cam footage. They released one version at first that I saw because I was, searching the internet. And then they released another version hours later of the actual former police officer, who shot Sonya hours later. Sean Grayson. Do you think that strategically they did that so that people would assume that she did throw the pot at him? Because when you look at the second video, you can see she did not. She put the pot in the sink. She said, "I'm sorry." She said, "I'm sorry." I don't want to harp too much on my Kamala Harris, theory. I want to put that out there if you guys want to chime in. If not, we'll keep it pushing, okay? Lance, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Bone doing work. I see you. Sit tight. Bone doing work. Big Elvis the chef. Thank you, Elvis, for your support. Chef C, sit tight. I got you. I'm coming up to you shortly. Eric B, I got your donation. Eric E. Bond from New Haven, Connecticut. Love the show. Thank you, man. Thank you for your support. Okay. Okay. Big Elvis, do you watch China Mac on YouTube? I mean, I'm very familiar with China Mac. I never met him, but I like his vibe, and about a year or so ago, I saw him. I think he was doing some food videos, like, going around different places and Lower East Side. And I said, okay, so he's trying to do more than just the typical talking about his time in jail. But I really liked his video where he says he moved. Hold on a second, guys. I'm just I do a brain freeze here. He moved to Vietnam. Big Elvis, is he just traveling to broaden his horizons, or is there a reason why he actually has started traveling? I'm going to go back and watch him in Africa and other places. Again, man, I was really excited for him, okay? David, is that you? Area code 647, tapping in from Canada, pardon me. David, are you there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Hey, Star.
Good to hear from you, man. It's cracking. We're shaking.
Awesome. No, just listening to tonight's topic with this tragic situation with the woman that got shot. And I was just pondering, just reflecting on the whole situation. And it's what led me to send a super chat, because I was just thinking to myself, like, we're constantly seeing so many incidents like this. So it's something that we're seeing so much all the time in the media, these incidents of violence towards people of color. And I thought to myself, well, we've seen a black boy get killed. We've seen a black man get strangled to death. Mm-hmm. And now we see a black woman shot in the face. So that's man, woman, and child. Mm. So we've seen all three, man, woman, and child. So when you're dealing with patterns here, I can't help but to dig deeper for the deeper meaning, because I hate being a reactionary, right? Because I believe that it's like the puppet master. It stimulates a response. So I'm always looking for the deeper meaning to find out, like, what's the reason behind all this? And that's what leads me to go into, sometimes the esoteric wisdom and stuff. Because I believe essentially what this does, like, it does traumatize the psyche of the people, mm-hmm. and it instills fear. It instills a fear-based psychology. So when we are constantly inundated and bombarded with images of killing and murder, and it's broadcast for the world to see, mm-hmm. it's unhealthy. So this drains the energy of the people. And I know I use a lot of verbiage, like if I say, like black magic, because it sucks the life out of you and it drains the energy out of you. And it is a form of evil and wickedness, because that's what it does. It drains you of your life force when you're constantly seeing this. Mm-hmm. So if you see a pattern, whenever you're dealing with patterns, you're dealing with cycles. So it's a cycle, right? So cycles, anything dealing with cycles is Saturn. And Saturn is black and white. That's the black and white polarity trap. That's negative and positive.
Hang on a second, David. Let me jump in here. Have you addressed this on your channel, Today's Religious Talk?
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually not this particular news situation, but I have addressed the esoteric origins of race. Okay. So for the listening audience, I would like to obviously encourage everyone to check that video out. It's a really excellent video. So I'll repeat again that, like, the esoteric origins of race, mm-hmm. or is race an esoteric construct? Because it gets deep and people overlook a lot of stuff.
Hang on a second, David. On the screen right now, sure. youtube.com/@Today's Religious Talk. Folks, this is one of my sponsors, a very knowledgeable young man. He's got some great content on his platform. I ask you to go check it out, please. When I saw the video first on Instagram, I mean, I was just scrolling. Mm-hmm. And I said, what is this? And I said, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm old. I'm old. I immediately thought of the killing of Eleanor Bumpurs. Eleanor. Mm-hmm. You ever heard that name? That's going very far back. No? Eleanor Bumpurs?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
I'm going to send you a link right now, because you do great content. Sure. And as you said, you do different things with regards to patterns. And
I think these are all human sacrifices. I think it's all human sacrifices, and it's shown. It's ocular, which is it's front of your eyes. It's a cult. A cult is ocular. It's in plain sight. It's put in front of your eyes.
Yeah. Hold on a second, David. Eleanor Bumpers was 66 years of age when the police came into her home, killed her. This was October the 29th, 1984. Okay, and 1984. I think it was over, they hit it. They shot her with a 12 gauge shotgun. Now she grabbed a knife. God, I think it was over like $11 worth of rent. I'm trying to read the story here real quick. Anyway, so something like that. The killing of Sonya Massey. I thought about Eleanor Bumpers, and I said, "Damn." That they're still doing stuff like this, coming in and just blasting black women. Wow. I mean, and this chick was skinny. She's a small little thing. But anyway, go ahead and finish up, Dave. You were saying, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the fact that, like I said, like the result and the effects of this type of imagery, what it does to the people, even though these things happen, we always talk about carnal pleasures, sex and food, but people forget that murder is actually the number one carnal pleasure. Some people
talk about it.
It's not just
talk about it.
Yeah, because people think, sex, because we're salacious, we're a sexually driven society, because the media, we want sex, and obviously obesity and food. We always associate carnality with food and sex,
right.
But some people, there is a propensity for violence, but actually the thrill of killing, actually taking a life, right. What it does to certain individuals, it's like almost like a high. They get a high off that. So that's what I say. It's important to understand, like, some people have a lust for murder, for killing.
Did you and I ever speak about the Satanic Bible?
Not formally. No, I don't believe so.
You've heard of it,
but
yes?
I have heard you. I've heard. Well, through you, actually, I've heard you mention it on the show.
Anton LaVey, I think it was either 1969 or 68. I read that thing in the early 80s.
Wow.
And it speaks about sacrifices, and as you just said, if I remember correctly, the pleasure of killing. If you ever cover that for a video, let me know. We have to promote that. Can you Google that real quick? The Satanic Bible. What year was that? 68 or 69?
Satanic Bible.
Anton
I just recently
LaVey.
And Anton, was he the leader? What is it? The San Francisco? I know there was a satanic church that started in San Francisco. I forget the leader.
Yeah.
I was trying to do some research on that. Well, I don't know, but the Satanic Bible.
Hang on. I'm still trying to find out how much they killed Eleanor Bumpers for.
$11
something like that. It was crazy.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Did you find the Satanic Bible?
No, I've just taken notes. I wrote it down so that way after I can go look it up.
Okay.
But
hey, man, I appreciate you calling in. Anything else you want to say? I got your info on the screen. The info's on the screen.
I'd just like to encourage everyone to please check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@today'sreligioustalk. Some great information. And I would love for everyone to please check out that video. Is race an esoteric construct? A lot of value in there. Love to hear your feedback. And I love the comments. For those that write comments on my videos, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love them all. So please keep it coming. So that's all for me.
David, great to talk to you, man. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Right. You see, I need to know now how much they killed Eleanor Bumpers for. Was it $14 in rent? What did she owe? How much? This article says something different. Police kill woman being evicted. Officers say she wielded a knife. But she went to court. Okay, and this article from the New York Times says she was 67 years of age. Wikipedia says 66. So she was slashing the cops with a knife. Bless her heart. She was a freedom fighter. A butcher knife. They're claiming she owed 5 months rent. No, it was something to King Simon. Are you out there? Peace, King Simon. Eleanor Bumpers went to court. I hate when this happens. And then they came, it was like $17 or something, all she owed. And they come pushing through the goddamn door. And she said, oh, not today. Got down for her crown. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Good evening or good afternoon where you are. So nice to hear your voice.
Hi, Star. I had to get in on this. I'm going to piss people off real bad. They're already mad online, so I thought I'd call in and piss off some more people.
But now hang on a second, because you have rebranded to Block Stars. Block Star.
Yes,
Block Star?
Stars with an S. Block Stars Podcast.
Block Stars Podcast. So what do we call you? Just Jen, or is there something else behind Jen?
Jen, I already see them typing it in the chat, Jen.
Okay. All right. I'm going to see if I can put something in the showrunner for you while you're talking. Take it wherever you want to go, Jen. Where do you want to go about the killing of Sonya Massey?
Okay, I want to say this. The cop, without a doubt, is a criminal, right? He went rogue. Some crazy white boy. We get that. However, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Are people forgetting that after that statement, holy water is thrown?
Yes.
Right. So when she said that, he said, you better not, because apparently he knows that holy water is thrown after that statement.
Mm-hmm.
So he more than likely took it as a threat. Now, this is where people misinterpret, right? It doesn't matter. They're absolutely right. It does not matter. It wasn't necessary. They should have never been in her home. I feel like she was suffering from mental illness. She informed the police officer, yes, I took my medicine. When he asked her, are you okay? She said, yes, I took my medicine. She wasn't responding to questions. He had to keep repeating the questions.
Right.
However, here's the coup de grace. Okay.
Come on, Jen.
Star?
Come on, Jen.
She grabbed the pot again. I have the screenshots. No one is freezing. No one is freezing the frame. I have the screenshot of the sink. There's no pot. I have the screenshot in her right hand while she's going down on the floor after she shot. The pot is clearly in her right hand, and that is what the defense is going to use. Now, people get mad and type in capital letters with exclamation points. However,
Jen, can you send me the screenshot? Because I saw the second video. I didn't see that. Maybe you did. I'm not saying you're wrong. But please send me that screenshot. The second video that I saw, which was Grayson's body cam, she put that pot down. She said, I'm sorry. She crouched down, and when she came back up, pow.
Yep.
You're saying,
right? So yes,
you're saying when she came back up, she had the pot that was in the sink.
Absolutely, I have the screenshot. So she went down. She was like, she let the pot go. Right? She put the pot down.
All right.
And then she went down. She was like, I'm sorry. And when he approached, she grabbed the pot. And when he shot her, you can see the pot clearly in her right hand.
Send me the screenshot.
It is there. Yep, I'll send it to you right now. And then in the sink, when the body cam pans to the sink, there's no pot in the sink.
Okay.
And I'm just saying that's what that's what the defense is gonna bring up. Now, hopefully, he'll go to jail and all of that. He needs to be locked away forever. But the defense is going to argue that. Whether people like it or not, they are going to argue she grabbed the pot and threatened them with boiling water. That's what the defense is going to say. Doesn't mean he's innocent. Doesn't mean he should have been in her house. But that is a fact. And I'm going to email you the screenshots.
Stay with me, Jen. I'm waiting for the screenshot. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't think that this will go to trial.
You don't think so?
No. He's already been fired. They've already released a statement that he did not use proper police conduct. I think he's gonna have to take a deal unless he just says, no, I'm not doing 10 years for this crazy effing bitch. He called her that after he shot her. You saw that, right? Like 15 cops in the front lawn.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay, on the screen, guys. Jen, make sure I've spelled that right. YouTube.com/@BlockStars podcast. Yes?
Yes, sir. That is me.
Okay, I mean, listen, you could be right. I didn't see that, but and the whole "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," yes, that's when you sprinkle the holy water to cast out a demon. But she said that she said that in a playful way because when she took the pot off the stove, the cop who didn't shoot her, he starts backing up. She says, "Where you going?" Right? So where you going?
Right. Mm-hmm. See, but when you have,
come on.
you know, and I don't know this guy, but he seems to already have some sort of preconceived notion, obviously, right? So he didn't take it as a joke when she said that, right? And honestly, I'm going to keep it 100 star. If you're standing by a hot pot of water, I'm not going to take it as a joke either. If I don't know you,
wait a minute,
I'm not taking it as a joke.
Wait a minute, Jen, and you and I are gonna talk. Stay with me. Born and raised in the BX. You have been arrested for having a Louisville slugger chasing down your ex on Grand Concourse or somewhere like that.
Wait a minute now.
Well, you got arrested for the baseball bat. Okay, all right. So now, have you yourself, Jen, keep it real, ever thrown a pot of hot water? How do you know all this?
Star. Oh my God. Listen, keep it 100. I've pointed guns. I've had the bat. I've had the knife. However, when the cops rolled up on me, I was in a car. They thought the car was stolen. It was not. And you know, if it was stolen, I would tell you. The car was not stolen. The first thing I did was put my hands out the window immediately and drop my cell phone. Why? Because this is what cops do. They kill people. They kill people. So you gotta be cool when they roll up because they kill people. This is what they do. Everybody knows that. But I feel bad for this woman because you can tell she wasn't altogether there. Like she didn't have her faculties to get away from. Listen, and if I was there, I would have been like, you go turn it off.
Okay.
You go turn it off.
Okay, but now
I'm not moving.
You didn't answer the question. Moving. Have you ever thrown a hot pot of water at somebody? That was the question.
Oh no. I've thrown a lot of other shit, but not
Okay.
Not water. No grip, and no water.
Okay.
No grits and no water.
All right. So now I do want to ask you about because you're cooking. When you and I talk behind the scenes, you're always saying, "Yo, I'm cooking. I'm cooking." Fake seafood. I've got a bunch of notes here. 70% of the farm-raised seafood in the world comes out of Asia. Any thoughts on that? Counterfeit scallops, which is a huge industry. They're using tilapia for red snapper. Any thoughts on this? Or do you not a fish eater?
Well, I don't eat a lot of fish, to be honest. I don't eat a lot of fish. I don't like shellfish. I'm not a big fish eater.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you get the screenshots?
Hang on, I'm looking right now. Hold on a second. No, it hasn't come through. What the hell?
All right, hold on.
Okay, I'm waiting on Jen to send the screenshots. Guys, sit tight on the phones. I see you. T, I got your donation. I'm talking to On the Block with Jen, who has rebranded. Her new platform is called @BlockStars Podcast. Okay. No, I don't see the screenshot yet, Jenna.
Hold on. Where is it? I saw it. Hold on.
You sure you have it?
Listen, I'm that person.
Okay.
Listen, I'm that person. I learned this from my attorney. You have to watch a video over and over and over and over till it makes you sick, right? Because every time you watch it, you see something new. So I was like, let me watch this video. And I watched it over and over. And I noticed that people, they have a slow-mo version of what happened, and they cut it right before she comes back up. They cut it.
Okay.
And that's the narrative that they're going to run with. Why? Because, we got a couple months till the election.
Bingo.
We got a couple months to the election.
Yeah. So okay. So even if, and I haven't gotten your email yet, even if she did grab the pot, you say she grabbed it again after crouching down and saying, I'm sorry, you're saying she then grabbed the pot from the sink to throw it? That's what you're saying.
That's probably what he thought. And even if, because again, I think this guy just wanted to kill somebody. Right. Honestly, he wanted, some of these cops are like that. In his mind, that's what he was going to go with. Oh, look, she grabbed the pot. Maybe she grabbed the pot again and put it back. We don't know why she grabbed the pot, but she most definitely grabbed the pot. Okay, I see here. It didn't go. Hold on. Let's
speculate. Let's speculate. A skinny black woman. She's got two big white demons in her home.
Right?
They pull out the nines, more than likely hollow points in the nines, and she crouches down and she says, I'm gonna fling this pot to then jump up and do some type of Tai Chi, and then I'm gonna bounce off the fucking walls and escape.
Right.
That was her reasoning for after crouching down and saying I'm sorry to then grab the pot. Does that sound logical?
In his mind?
No.
In his mind, probably.
Her mind. What would make her grab the pot after the demon already pulled out the peacemaker? They used to call guns a peacemaker. I got you.
Well,
got it.
Right. We also have to remember she was already in fear for her life.
Okay.
Right. She made that clear a couple of different times. Don't hurt me. Right. She said that a couple of times. So she was already scared to death of them already. So, and you're on medication. She probably was trying to get rid of the demons. And she said, I'm going to throw this boiling hot holy water on them and get them out my house.
Jen, with all due respect, I got your email. I don't see her grabbing the pot, Jen. You've sent me two pictures, some little red circle thing here, right? Explain the first. Explain the first picture. After Grayson shoots Massey, his partner tries to render first aid. Explain that. I'm looking.
No, not the caption. Forget the caption.
Right.
Look at the picture.
Yeah, explain that picture. Explain it.
Okay, the picture that says gunshots.
Yes.
That's her. You see the brown circle? That's her head. You see her right hand extended upward. She has the red mitt in her hand and the pot.
I don't see that, Jen.
Her left hand is right in front of her forehead.
Yeah.
Her right hand is extended up. She has the red mitt and the pot is right there. She's holding it with the mitt. Do you see it?
I see her putting the pot down and then getting down. You're saying, with all due respect, you're saying that she came back up to then grab it again.
That's the screenshot I just sent you.
Okay. I'm hearing you and I respect you, but I'm saying that the video that I saw, she put the pot down and then she got low and said, I'm sorry. And then when he came around to her, she's damn near in panic mode. And that's when he hit her, pow, in the face. Go ahead. You saying go ahead.
Yeah, no, she, everything that you just said happened. Everything you just said happened. Yeah. When he crosses over, she gets back up. When she crosses back over, she grabs the pot. The screenshot is right there, Star.
Okay, listen, hey, I take your word. I'm not arguing that. I want people to say what they think and or feel and believe. That's why this show is called the Objective Perspective. I thank you for sending the screenshot, and there might be other people who say, you know what, Jen's right, and hey, I appreciate the call in. But let me ask you this, and let's just have a conversation.
Right.
Even if what you're saying is true, why didn't he back out of the house? You've got a killing machine in your hands. She's got a pot. Why not back out the door? If she were white, Jen, I'm going to make this a race thing. If she were white, he'd have backed up and said, put down the pot, put down the pot. You take it from there.
Yeah, we're just speculating. So I don't know. This kind of cop to me, trigger happy. I don't know if he would have necessarily let a white crazy woman slide either. I don't know. This guy seems unhinged. In my opinion, he seems unhinged. His record shows that he's unhinged. I don't know if he would have let, a white lady that was acting like this slide with a pot of boiling hot water. I don't know. I can't say that he would. The second picture I sent you is a picture of the sink. There's no pot on that sink or in the sink.
Yeah.
The second picture I sent you.
Well, not all, but a lot of police officers, whether they be black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, they think like race soldiers, and they develop this feeling towards other races and or cultures based upon their hatred for these other cultures, and they usually act upon them. But okay, hey, I'm glad you sent me the screenshots, and keep me posted if this develops or if it does go to trial. I think it's a tragedy either way.
I would like it to go to trial.
Okay.
I really would.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, we got a couple months till the election. If they draw it out with a trial, it would be more effective.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna close this up with a neat bow.
Gotcha.
This is Kamala's. This is how Kamala could redeem herself as well.
I was just about to ask you: are you a Kamala Harris supporter, Jen?
I like her. But I'm not. It's not. I don't have a dog in the fight. I like her, but I liked her prior to the whole VP thing. The whole.
Wait a minute. I didn't mean to cut you. I forgot. You don't vote, right? You don't vote.
Yeah. Nope. That is not my bag.
You've never voted? I forget.
Never.
Never.
Ever. Never stepped in a booth. No.
Will you ever vote, Jen?
You know what? Kamala's making me want to vote. I just want to see a black woman president. I don't care what the policy is. I want to stick it to the man.
Jen, you have to do a video on this. I've never voted, but I'm considering voting for Kamala Harris. You got to do that video.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'll do the video. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. Talk about Kamala tomorrow.
She ain't talking about reparations, and I don't care. Right?
So people are like, Kamala isn't black. She's black enough. She ain't white. She ain't white.
Jen, great to talk to you. When's the last time you've posted on your platform, Block Stars Podcast?
It's been a minute, but I'll be on tomorrow talking about this. The story's growing legs, so I got to get in there.
You've been dealing with the heat out there in Vegas, like I've been dealing with the heat here in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, we went up to 118. I have a little solar light outside and melted.
Wow.
The solar panel melted. So I got to get a new one.
Jen, great to talk to you. Okay, we'll talk soon. As we do, we catch up.
Absolutely. Thank you, Star.
Thank you, Jen. Bye now. Okay.
Bye.
On the Block with Jen, a.k.a. Block Stars Podcast. She sent some screenshots. If If you ask me, that was Sonya Massey as she was going down, putting down the pot. Lord have mercy. This cracker demon's about to shoot me. And then she released the pot and said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then pow, pow, pow. He hit her. He hit her. Maurice, I got you. Sit tight. Where are you, sir? That's one of my sponsors. Maurice, you're up next, man. Thank you for your patience. Sit tight. Sit tight. More galore. Stacy Galore, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Bring in the RoboCops now. Hashtag Sonya Massey. You know, I thought about that earlier. I'm drinking coffee this morning. I said, you know, would AI or synthetic life form cops, would they be better? Because they would, you know, they would be programmed different, unless you program them to be racist, but would they be less to enforce hatred? Very good donation, Stacy Galore. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you check out Stacy Galore. And Stacy, you have to send me an email once in a while whenever you post content so we can then post that in the community section. StacyGalore.com. Hold on a second. There you go. www.stacygalore.com, guys. Make sure you check out Stacy's platform. Okay. Maurice, how are you, man? Hudson Tubbs, good evening. Thank you for your patience. Maurice.
Hey, good evening. How you doing? Good evening. How you doing, Star? How's
good,
everything?
Man. What's cracking? We shaking?
Real quick, I wanted to chime in on the topic you're talking about tonight. We could talk about Tubbs later.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I saw the video, and it seems like the officer was from the very beginning, from the very start, when he is interacting with her, he just seemed like he was empathetic to her.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like,
right,
and he was very overzealous,
right,
in the way he was talking to her. And I think one of the golden rules he made him. It was a lack of breakdown in procedure and training. Like, if he didn't recognize that he was dealing with a mentally, emotionally disturbed person at the time.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, like, you want to contain those type of people. Why would you send her into the kitchen out of all places?
Yeah.
To do something like that's like the golden rule of a police officer. You don't send like a domestic situation.
Right.
You never send those people into a kitchen where you got every weapon available.
She could have grabbed a meat cleaver. He should have said, "Hey, sit down," and told his partner, "Hey, cut the pot off." You're right. Go ahead.
I mean, and then when she was dealing with the pot, the best thing he could have did was just create distance between himself and her. That was it. Yeah. Leave the place. That's it. Yeah. I mean, and the only thing he really was trying to get from her was information, like identification. If like you knew who she was, I mean, you could just check the phone records and find out who she was.
Yeah.
You know, so I think, I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, but I think he wanted to kill that lady. He wanted to do something like that. You know, it's unfortunate.
Stay with me for a second. You know, he may have secretly fantasized about black women, been rejected by them, and took out his frustrations on her. It's not like she was some big 350-pound slob. She was slender, had on her little head scarf and a little sweatpants. She was cute.
She posed no threat. She posed
no threat.
No threat.
No threat, you know?
No threat. Even let me listen, even with the pot in her hand,
yeah,
all you had to do was back out of that place and create some distance between you and that lady and close the door and leave.
Right.
That's what you have to do. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. He did not have to shoot her, discharge his firearm 3 times in the head. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That was he deserved whatever's coming next to him. He deserves it. And
I want to see him. I want to see him in the penitentiary getting held down by a group of black men and four or five transgenders, whatever you call yourselves these days, trannies, she-males, sherms. It's plowing this nigga deep, plowing him.
The unfortunate, also unfortunate about it too is other officers that was there with him that may have discharged their firearm. Yeah. I mean, you're there with the other officer. He discharges firearm. You discharge your firearm. Like, are you? Is it reactionary discharge of your weapon? But they're all going to go down together now because of this person because of his poor judgment and his bad decision making. So it's going to be unfortunate for
Let me jump in and say this.
Personally.
This is hearsay. I have no proof, but in a situation where you have one cop letting off a few rounds, it's somewhat, sort of, kind of understood that the other cop should add a few rounds as well, so that I'm not looking crazy by myself. If you rip a couple of shots, at least our story can make sense. Does that make sense to you?
It depends if there's malice from the start.
Hang on. I'm going back into time, and I've had a lot of family members in law enforcement. I've heard some things. If you got a Puerto Rican running and he stole something, and I happen to shoot him in the leg, I shouldn't have shot him in the leg because you're not supposed to shoot people in the fucking limbs. If they're facing you, you shoot them to stop them. You get in front of that judge, you have to say, I felt a threat. You can't shoot him in the limbs, the arm, the leg. Okay, so the Puerto Rican's running. I shoot him in the back. I shoot him in the fucking elbow. You got to let off a couple of shots as well, and then our story can make sense. Maybe we can say, well, he was facing me, but my partner shot him, and the Puerto Rican spun around, and that's why he's got shots in the shoulder, the knee, the back of the knee, and the shin. Nigga started doing too much. Go ahead and finish up. Go ahead, finish up. Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, man, I think the other officer was just a reactionary.
Yeah.
It was a reactionary shooting, man. It's unfortunate, but he's going to go down with him too, So, but my heart goes out to the family of Miss Massey, man.
Absolutely,
that lady did not deserve to die, man. She did not deserve to die. Yeah. She's a very pleasant lady, when she first came to the mere fact it took her that long to come to the door.
Yeah,
like any person that's like, you would say, hey, let me get dressed. You just would not acknowledge them knocking on your door, knowing you called them.
Yeah.
That right there lets you know what you're working with already. Like, there's something might be off with this person. And then when she said she needs help, or she said she told him, she seemed like she wants to talk.
She said, "Don't hurt me," quote unquote. When don't hurt me. I just put on some sweats.
She wanted somebody to talk to. Seems like that night
could have been,
and they showed up.
Yeah.
And they showed up because if you look at everything that was going on, like there was no one there in her house. There was no one around her house. She called the police because she wants someone to talk to.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like. And unfortunately, they came and
she thought she was calling someone or a team to protect her, and she welcomed in the beast. The beast.
Yeah. But before I go, I just want to give a plug to my Hudson Tubs.
It's on the screen. HudsonTubs.com.
Tri-state, New York tri-state area. If you're looking to reglaze, if you're looking to do any remodeling, especially in your bathroom, if you have an old bathtub, and it may pose an inconvenience or an issue removing it. You don't have to remove it unless you choose to. Yeah. But look into reglazing. Reglazing is a great alternative to replacement at a fraction of the cost.
Okay.
You could reach out to me, Maurice, at HudsonTubs.com, or you can go to HudsonTubs.com and you can set up a consultation, and I'll do that for free.
Absolutely.
And that's that, you know. And
right.
Listen, have a good night.
Great to talk to you, Maurice. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Sir. Okay. All right. Star Report back in the building. Okay, Tuesday night, I'm going to continue our conversation here. And if you're just now joining me, I'm not sure about doing a show tomorrow because I am going to go out on a afternoon date with the 28-year-old Jamaican girl who put her tongue in my mouth a couple of weeks ago. Now, it's going to be an afternoon date. We haven't discussed anything, you know, out of the ordinary, just getting some brunch, lunch, or something like that. But I am going to take a pair of clear stilettos in my trunk with me, just in case, you know. She got some nice headlights and a small waist, you know. I'll keep you posted. In a second. Area code 239. Good evening. We're talking about the tragic video. Are you up to speed of Sonya Massey, the killing? 239. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Okay. Yeah. That, you know, man, where can we start with that? I'm glad you brought up Eleanor Bumpers because, you know, it's like, you know, history repeating itself.
Yeah.
You know, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But what's going on with, I thought that, you know, when the officers are in like cadet school, they have this thing called officer training that, you know, and there's also a thing called, you know, behavior unbecoming to an officer. You know what I'm saying? That you have to follow some type of criteria.
Procedure.
Now, yeah, procedures. Yes, exactly. So it's like, you know, you walk into this woman's house. I mean, like, I don't know about you, Star, but, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, by the way. So that Puerto Rican running, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, like what I'm saying is that, you know, my mom, I mean, I've been hit with a couple of pots and pans. I don't know about you, but
never.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what kind of threat you've seen with that. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, you pull your gun out and you, what's that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, maybe, is he married? Is that dude married? Did he have a fight with his wife before he came on to work or something? No. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they need more training.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, sure.
Jump in. He's a piece of shit. There's nothing to justify his actions. And I think she did nothing wrong. Again, condolences to the family. R.I.P. to the memory of her. She was a mother. I don't know how old her child is. But if I had to try to put myself in the position of this piece of shit, you know, he's standing there. He's frowning upon her and those like her. He may have been rejected by someone like her. Maybe he was not. Maybe he was not rejected. Maybe he just doesn't know how or never knew how to get some of that brown sugar. Black women, and you said you're Puerto Rican, let's keep it real. Black women are very alluring, temptress of seduction, but more so alluring. You see all that pretty brown skin with the sun, and you know, you damn, woo, I want to get a little piece of that. I don't care if you're married to you know, a white woman that looks like I don't know, Pamela Anderson or some of these other chicks from back in the days. A young black girl can go by you and you'd be like, whoa, shit, you take a double look. He may have been on that type of time. Therefore, that hatred built up inside of him. He cut, if you ask me, and I want you to talk, I want you to finish up. He cut the short shit short with her. For him to say, you fucking better not, or I'll fucking shoot you in your fucking face. I said, damn.
Yeah.
And then he shot her. Take it from there, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're right. No, you're absolutely right about that. It's, you know, I mean, like, you know, it's got to be something deeper inside where he, you know, say he felt the threat automatic, you know, as soon as he walked in there or whatever, because he just seen the different color or whatever, and it just, I don't know. I really don't know.
You know, I mean, you know, when fear, you know, when you have fear, you know, and it's just inside, you can't, you know, you're just going to show it because you know he was scared. For some reason, he was scared. I don't know why. Why did that you know, she was skinny, like you said. She ain't what, maybe 130 pounds soaking wet, something. I mean, what kind of threat you see there? And I'm gonna keep it gully. I mean, if you're a little, I don't know what kind of child or whatever, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you had your mom. I mean, you had your mom probably threaten to throw something at you or hit you with a pot and pan or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, you see her, you should see your mom, you should see somebody, you know, should be able to, you don't see a threat there to shoot her and talk to her like that, like, I'll shoot you in your fucking face. He already said what he was going to do then. He already said exactly what he was going to do.
He didn't fear her. He wanted her or those like her. And he had, in my opinion, he had hatred. Do you think he would have? Do you think he would have said that to a 50-year-old white woman? Or would he have said, or would he have backed out of the door with the goddamn knife and said, put the pot down? Go ahead.
Yeah. Or maybe if he would have walked in and see Kamala, he would have had a different, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
You know, I mean, I don't know. And that's another thing. I mean, you know, when Kamala Harris was the Attorney General of California and she's locking up everybody, she locked up so many juveniles and labeled them super predators, meaning that, like, she was saying these little kids need to be locked up forever and never let out and stuff. I mean, and we want that as a president. Like, I mean, yo, that ain't even, I don't know. But yo, Star, keep up the good work, man.
No.
Hang
on. Stay with me. I want to say something to you, and don't you ever forget this, okay? I talk crazy, you know I'm stupid. But some of the best years of my life in the 80s were hanging with the Puerto Ricans. Don't ever take it personal what I say. You follow me?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No, I know.
Listen to me. I was up in 1018 roller skating with the Latin Kings for 2 years. Right?
I feel you.
Hey, when I started working at Hot 97 and I saw my nigga there, K7 from TKA, I wanted to talk about freestyle music.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to talk about the hip hop shit, but that's my nigga. Puerto Rican. Hey, my homie, King Tone, he and I worked in the mailroom together. Did you know that? MTV back in? We worked in the mailroom together. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't know that.
So, and the star and Buckwild producer Miguel Candelaria, Puerto Rican, right?
Boricua all day. Yeah.
So don't ever get it twisted. So when I ask people questions about Puerto Rico and the history, look at Jen. Jen and I have a great relationship. She knows I'm stupid, but you know. Sometimes I have to ask the younger Puerto Ricans about Puerto Rican history because they become so consumed in the hip hop shit. How old are you? You're Puerto Rican. How old are you?
Oh yeah, I'm 52.
So you know about the gag law in Puerto Rico when Puerto Ricans were arrested just for having a Puerto Rican flag, right?
Of course. Oh yeah, definitely. My father told me all about that. Oh yeah, I know all about that.
A Puerto Rican woman turned me on to cocaine for a decade. 1981, 158th Street between Broadway and Amsterdam. Hey, she put it in my nose. She said, "Here, try this."
Here it is, Poppy. Here you go, Poppy.
I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you. Don't ever forget that. Amor dare.
No doubt, son. I appreciate you too, bro. All right, bro. Peace out.
Amor dare. Okay, all right. Whew. Okay. Asia produces 70% of the world's farmed fish. Guys, I'm going to put the documentary in the community section after the show, but if anybody wants to call in about this reality of seafood fraud, it's deep. The documentary is called 7 of the Most Faked Seafoods in the World. The biggest fish market in the world is in Japan, Toyosu Market. They do all sorts of bidding for seafood, and the documentary breaks down frozen raw steak, tuna, counterfeit scallops, salmon. A large majority of farm-raised salmon is being sold as wild caught. So, tap in if you want to. But I'm going to post the the link in the community section, all right? Hold on a second. Someone sent in a donation here. Thank you for talking about my cousin. I am here in Springfield, and a lot of your points are valid. Okay. She was a beautiful soul, and we are fighting. Hey, salute to you. How do I say your name? Is it Santo? Sante? Thank you for your support. I saw a beautiful human being. She did nothing wrong. Nothing, you know? She said, I'm sorry. What more do you want? Back up with the goddamn gun. Even if she would have grabbed something and threw something, which that was not her intention. Where is Bone doing work? Bone doing work. What happened, man? Did you log off? Did you have to go? Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg. Good evening, sir. Are you there, Big Elvis? Give him a second.
Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg. I am here.
Elvis, I appreciate you, but don't start that shit about this was staged, yada yada yada. Where are you going?
Of course, you know I hit it with the critical eye.
Come on.
And I kind of saw what Jen saw, but I think just the way she said I'm sorry was enough time for him to not, because he shot 3 times.
Yeah.
So it could have been a warning shot, the first one, like I'm not playing with you, but she threw her hands up, looked him in the face, and that's when he gave it to her. So you know we're dealing with these officers that only need 6 months to become a cop, and they're given a gun and a badge. They're given all this respect, all this power, and it goes to their heads. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and it pained me to see that video. You know, it's like I wouldn't even let my kids see it today. I was like, no, you're not going to see this. It was just too much.
If I can just say this,
and I want
hang on,
I want this man to go to prison.
Hold on. More so than what happens to him, the memory of this woman needs to be spoken about. I don't know how old her child is. I saw a picture with her. It looked like a college graduation. One of her family members just left a chat. And sir or ma'am, if you want to call in and give us any further information, let me put my email on the screen. You're welcome to do so. But Elvis, to your point, hold on a second. Here's my email address. To your point, the cop, you know, as you just said, shooting a warning shot. There should be no warning shots. When you discharge your firearm as law enforcement, you have to shoot to either stop the threat or prevent someone from killing you. There's no warning shots. You don't shoot somebody in the leg. She, from what I could see, she was not advancing towards him. She was not advancing towards him. He's a big goddamn hillbilly, whatever you want to call him. He's got a gun. His partner's got a gun. The pot was put down. Take it from there.
She said, I'm sorry. You know, just the way she broke, when she dropped down into that submissive position, like I'm sorry position, was enough that first shot, okay, but he missed the first 2 and then hit in the third one in the head. And
he didn't miss, Elvis. He didn't miss. I don't know what you're talking about.
You think she got caught in the body with the other 2?
Shot her in the face.
I mean,
man.
that's like
that was the first.
Yeah, overkill. I mean, it's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, super, super sad, sir. And I'm glad you're doing a show about it. You know, and
thank you.
I hope justice will prevail.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I hope justice prevails, man. I think this is one of these situations where, like, this is where you see Black Lives Matter pop up in the city near you and start destroying stuff. So is that going to happen? I'm not sure.
I think the fact that she said, "I'm sorry," should put her in the category of some type of sainthood, if you will.
Like a martyr.
A martyr. A martyr. You know? She didn't die fighting, you know, or being some wild, out of control person. She humbled herself. She said, "I'm sorry." That speaks volumes to me. Go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to mention the fact that he didn't have his body camera on, that alone should he should be guilty. Like, why are you going into a place with no body cam running? Like, this was like, yo, dude, come on. Like, I think these officers that continue to go without their body cameras, taking human lives, should be prosecuted, and there should be some sort of like rules that they're breaking, that there should be consequences, not that they get to resign and then go to 2 towns down and work for that police agency.
Right.
You know, like that's out of control.
Yeah.
You were also talking about China Mac, my guy. You know, China Mac is my guy, man. I've been supporting for a lot of years. Yeah, I don't think there's a China Mac episode that I haven't seen in the 5 years.
Well, listen, man.
And for his merch and everything too. And I'm a supporter. You know, I'm nobody's fan.
Now hang on a second. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's born and raised in New York City, Lower East Side. I'm not sure whether it's LES or Alphabet City. He doesn't speak Chinese, and he's never been to China thus far, right? Until he started traveling.
Right. He just started traveling when he petitioned for his what's that called, for his passport, and got his passport.
Salute.
Because right before he got his passport, he was considering doing a robbery to pay for his next rap album project. So
let me say this, Elvis. You see, as an older man, I like to see the younger people evolve. He's evolved. He's traveling abroad. He's opening his mind to different things. I enjoyed the video with him and his was that his new landlord or his new property manager, and they're chasing the little it was either a salamander or a lizard in that nice apartment.
I thought it was a gecko.
What's that?
Yeah, it was a gecko.
Okay, whatever.
I think it was a gecko. Go to the comment section. I think it was a gecko.
Okay, that's fine.
Yo, did you see how she was throwing her? Yo, she was throwing herself at him, and he was so.
Don't say that. No. She was just nice. They're very over there. They're very nice. She took him out to a restaurant.
Well,
come on. Don't make it something that it's not, man. But anyway, the point is, he's traveling. Salute to him, man. He's evolving. Go ahead and finish up.
Yeah, he's evolving. He's doing really well. And just to think, it was only a couple of years ago he was going to do a robbery just to fund his next project. Now he sells his first album. He sells an album, which I bought, and he made more money than he ever made. He moves to California. Then he started with Crip Mac doing a cooking show.
Yep.
But Crip Mac just got 10 years.
Yeah. Well,
so now he goes to Africa. He goes all over the place, and the work is so genuine. It's so done well. Yeah. Done so well. I'm really, really proud.
He's now living in Vietnam. He's living in Vietnam now.
Right.
I gotta respect.
Yeah, the guy is. Yeah, you gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Man.
Listen, Elvis, I gotta cut you short, man. Anything with regards to Asia and seafood? I got on my screen. Asia produces 70% of the world's farmed fish, not wild caught. Farm fish. Any thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are that I'm glad you're putting a spotlight on it, and you need to continue with this spotlight on it, because we need to wake the hell up to what's going on. Wow. We need to wake up as a people and see that there's no one with our best interest. No one is going to. Don't give the people in control the benefit of the doubt that they're not here to. I just recently read something.
Well, I'm more concerned about myself, not if everybody else wakes up. I'm glad I have this knowledge now. Fight your own battles. But hang on, the documentary, it's on Business Insider on YouTube. It's called 7 of the Most Fake Seafoods in the World. I'll send you a link right now.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you, Elvis.
But let me just say.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I was just going to say that UC Berkeley just created tomato and lettuce that they can put the vaccines, any vaccine they want, in the tomato and in the lettuce. And these are far left colleges that are promoting this kind of crap. So we have to be aware of what's going on, not only for ourselves, and I understand stuff is so important, but for the people, for the future, you know? Thank you, sir.
Hey, check your email. I just sent you the link, Elvis. Thank you for your support as always. Salute.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Guys, the documentary with regards to my showrunner, it's on Business Insider's YouTube channel. Let me put this in the live chat. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't do it in the live chat. I'll post it in the community section, as I said, in the morning before I go on my date. I've already told this girl, don't put your tongue in my mouth this time. It's a little too hot. Oh my God, but she's got some big old Jamaican titties. Firm. And a slim waist. Yes, she does. Hey, also, if I can go left real quick, I'll come back to the phone. Sit tight, guys. Kay, I got your donation. Gemstar, sit tight, sit tight. Anybody see the Donnell Rollins special? Let me pull that up real quick. Comedian Donnell Rollins. It's called A New Day. It's on Netflix. Let me say right now, funny as shit. If you have not seen it, I urge you to. He's got on a royal blue suit, white shirt. It looked like he got on some type of shoes made down there in the south of France or Italy. Some guy didn't wear these bright ass red socks. And from the opening, for like 20 minutes, he's just popping on all cylinders. Donnell Rollins. Anybody in the live chat know what I'm talking about? Yes, no, maybe? I urge you to watch it. Entertaining. You can tell he's not just a comedian, but he's a traveler, and he has put together a lot of things with regards to his art, not just comedy, but his art that just it keeps you smiling. I had to say that. Okay. Hang on a second, guys. Okay. Okay, this person is claiming to be Sonya Massey's family member. Sister, I will email you this evening with my contact information, and we will discuss. Thank you for bringing attention to this heinous crime. Thank you for your support. If you are, and I have no reason to doubt that you're not, Sonya Massey's family. I wish you folks the best. And keep me posted via email because, listen, I some of these places over the years I have gone to in person just to talk to people. I film some things, but more so that I can keep my mind fresh and not just be cynical when it comes to these stories. Again, Michael Brown. I was in Ferguson, Baltimore. I was in Texas for a story about maybe 15 years ago. Thank you for your donation, okay? Loud, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Kamala will sex Putin. Black chick love the ops, okay? So you're saying she's black. Hang on a second. Is this one of my sponsors who I didn't get on the line here? Area code 646. Where is 646? Is that Chef C? 646?
Chef C from New Jersey checking in.
Hey, man. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Can you just give me 1 second? I'll be right back with you. Hold on a second.
Indeed.
Sit tight. Okay. Let me make sure I get his information on the screen. Hold on, guys. I take care of my sponsors, okay? On their next podcast, okay? Extended show tonight, guys, because this video is just horrific. Wow. I mean, she wasn't I gotta look for this showrunners. Maybe it's on the desktop. Chef C, today's spirit. Okay, I see spirits. She wasn't causing any type of ruckus or commotion. There was just some type of language barrier, and they didn't give her any time to find out what the real problem was. Okay. Chef C, I got you on the line from On Their Next Podcast on YouTube, yes?
Yes, sir.
Good to hear from you, man. I got your information on the screen. Where do you want to start, sir? Please.
Well, let's go to the fish first. Sir.
Okay.
Let's go to the fish.
Okay.
Because that we got a lot of black. You're a little top heavy on the blackity black as far as I'm concerned tonight, sir. But let's go with the fish, and I'll tell you what. Listen, the truth of the matter when it comes to how things are imported and exported through this country, man. I'm in the industry heavy.
Okay.
When it comes to food, heavy.
Okay.
And I want people to be aware that 5 to 15% of actual product allows them to then put the wild caught tag on your fish.
Okay.
Everything else is filler after that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that can be anything. So, back in the day, anybody that used to have a lot of fish sandwiches in the hood, cats know that the whiting was smaller pieces of fish.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got these pumped up whitings that are coming from Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got Chilean sea bass, all types of sea bass that are pumped with the chemical fluid that allows them to IQF it, individually quick freeze a lot of these different items. So, and it also forces the fish to expand. But what a lot of people, if you're going to notice, when people start thawing out their fish, you start seeing a lot of liquid coming out of the fish.
Okay.
That is the expanding fluid that they put in there to give you the illusion, that you're getting actual physical weight when it's only water weight.
Okay.
Sir. So
can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
yes, sir.
I'm old school when it comes to eating red snapper. I will only eat red snapper from a Jamaican restaurant. I will not buy red snapper in the supermarket because I need to see the head. No, I need to see the head of the red snapper. Yes, no?
Star, listen.
Well, hang on. They're selling in the supermarkets tilapia, and they're claiming it's red snapper, but you don't see the head. Tilapia. Yes, no?
Well, because tilapia is no different than the equivalent of catfish, sir. When you talk about as far as the diet of that particular fish, tilapia is a cleanup fish.
Yeah,
they eat trash.
Cleans up
all kinds of trash.
Cleans up the bottom of the ocean.
Right. So they are the guys who pick up all the shit from every other fish or whatever's going on in that farming environment, and that is their diet.
Yeah.
But again, this is, people are just looking at a situation where you think that you're getting a big fish and you're getting shit.
Right.
You don't even get the same. See, here's what happens in
I just need you to watch the language, sir. You're doing good. Let me do the cursing.
Excellent. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So I will say this. When a lot of folks are even telling you that they're selling you red snapper, if you don't have the head on it, you are getting what is called the swai fish.
Right.
SWAI. Okay. And oftentimes that is a cousin breed of the catfish. Okay. And other breeds that they're serving folks and calling it snappers or even groupers is carp. You're getting a lot of Asian carp over here.
Right.
Okay. So, and these are throwaway fish. We got to keep in mind also, I mean, the true origins of anything, when you start talking about lobsters, sir, these are the roaches of the sea.
Facts.
Sure. Okay?
Yeah.
And they packaged it and told folks that you getting something exotic now.
Right.
So you got Negroes going to Red Lobster thinking they high flying, getting the seasoned buttered and cheddar biscuits. No.
Sir, stop right there. Stop right there.
Yes.
Walmart has the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay butter biscuits, and them shits is fire, my nigga. I'm sorry.
That's the fact that you just say that. Nah, listen, I can't hold you.
The Cheddar Bay butter biscuits at Walmart. Red Lobster. Fire. Go ahead.
Yeah. They are delicious. Absolutely delicious. But nonetheless, sir, when you're looking at the diet of what we are, America is a bunch of obese folks. So they said, listen, you Negroes like to eat, and you don't want to pay much for anything. So why don't we give you what you asked for? We're going to plump these things up with chemical GMO'd, to be very clear, genetically modified foods, okay? And give you what you want. You want your big piece of whiting. You want your chicken. You want your catfish nuggets and all of this. No problem. We'll give it to you, and that is what's been coming from Asia. And China is also doing an excellent job, sir, of making GMO'd lettuce. Okay.
Can I jump in for a second?
Shout out to
no, we don't do shout outs.
Yes, sir.
Can I jump in? And folks, I'm talking to one of my sponsors, youtube.com/@ on their next podcast. This is a knowledgeable man. Sir, I'm so old. I remember fishing on the pier 1973 with my grandparents on Martha's Vineyard Island. Martha's Vineyard Island. I think I was 9 years old at the time. And I kept catching sea robins. You ever heard of a sea robin?
Yes, I have, sir.
Yeah.
I have.
Sea robins used to, as you just said, used to clean the bottom of the goddamn floor. My grandmother would say, just leave it on the pier. And I would say, well, why don't I throw it back in? She says, we don't want to keep catching those. So I'm, again, Martha's Vineyard, Oak Bluffs, catching sea robins, pull it up, and I'd say, okay, well, I didn't throw it back in the water. I threw it right in the goddamn pier and let it die slow. Go ahead.
Well, let's Star, it's crazy.
Nigga Star old as fuck.
No, listen, Star. No, but again, our ecosystem has been overfished. Okay, there's way too niggas have gotten way too fat. So now America has to figure out a different place to outsource. Okay, and ultimately, again, with the inflation and everything, jobs aren't paying more.
Right.
Okay. But niggas still want to eat a lot.
Right.
So yeah, China, salute, come through. Get these cats they lobster, get a lobster, give them the imitation crab meat, niggas with these crab legs and butter, Cajun butter and all of this shit the dudes is doing. So yeah, China is up now. because cats, I see more black folks at Asian crab boil restaurants than other black folks even doing crab boils. Right. They go in there because the crab boil, you getting 2.5 pounds for $30 as opposed to a black restaurant that's got to charge you full price.
Right. Hey, I hate to cut you short. Yeah. Please promote your platform. And when are you either going live again or posting new content? Please, on their next podcast.
Well, I will be live this Thursday with the Cosplay Coalition, sir. It's going to be this Thursday, Cosplay Coalition at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, sir, I got to talk on this young lady. Here. Go ahead. Who was
Sonya
Massey. Sonya, yes, sir. Killed by a crazy cracker. Mm-hmm. Okay. Listen. The first thing that folks like to go to is this mental illness nonsense. The sister was terrified because she'd been seeing decades of the same thing repeated that happened to her.
Right.
So how do folks then expect this young lady to be level-headed? You got two hillbillies in the house, right? Clearly being aggressive. It just baffles me, Star, that so many black folks think they're going to be calm in this environment as you're seeing more merciless killings taking place in the very confines of what's supposed to be a sanctuary to most folks.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So she is not at fault in any way, shape, or form. She is a lady who has been paying attention and who was terrified for her life, ultimately ending in that environment.
Right. Yeah.
You know who I'm gonna say it like this. Let me say this, brother.
Come on.
Star.
Please don't call me a brother. We're doing great, but just please don't call me a brother.
Yes, sir. I pulled it back. I didn't let it go all the way out. I blame Negroes. Yeah. I blame all the fake, outraged Negroes that get on platforms, hoot and holler, talk about they outside and all of this. And and the same thing keeps happening. Actually, it's getting worse.
Right.
Your fake outrage doesn't move a muscle for it. After this, let's keep it 100 about this. She's just another casualty of war, sir.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let's.
I think she should become a martyr. Listen, man. Usually with me, when humans get smoked, I don't even blink. But this video, man, she said, "I'm sorry, man." She crouched down.
Well, it was absolutely egregious.
Yeah.
However, we are looking at every 2 to 5 years, mainstream media has to show some kind of egregious act to get it along in the emotions of black folks.
Right.
But here's what it is. Black folks are going to keep those same outrages in the confines of their home and not do a damn thing about it, sir.
Yeah. Chef C, I got to take other calls, man. I appreciate you. But thank you, man.
Sir. Salute.
Okay. Guys, check out Chef C, youtube.com/ on their next podcast. Guys, I feel like talking. Can we keep the show going? I don't have a set time. We have passed the 2-hour mark. I have to say something. Chris Brown being sued again. I don't know where the concert was. Was it in Texas somewhere? His entourage beat up a couple of people. We tried to give Breezy a pass, do we not, Chris Brown? I'm over that whole Rihanna thing. But please stop with the Michael Jackson comparisons. Chris Brown is not on that level. He's not the new Michael Jackson. for a multitude of reasons. And I hate to kick his back in, but Chris Brown is a wannabe gang member. Troll babies, isn't he from Virginia? That nigga moved out to LA and he got turned out by the palm trees and the sun. Isn't he supposed to be blood? Sue Woo? Is he talking that, on Pyru shit? What is that nigga claiming? I have to keep it G, even though me and Ice-T never got along. We never had no real friction or anything. We had a conversation backstage at the Dave Chappelle Player Hater filming. Had a nice conversation. But Ice-T said years ago, how you going to have paid homies? Chris Brown has got paid homies, niggas that you pay. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Are you going to have paid homies? You either came up in LA and LA County and you're gang affiliated or you're not. Fuck nigga. What are you doing jumping people that come to your concert? Folks, I'm so old. Let me tell you what I know to be true. Michael Jackson was respected by the Crips. He wasn't paying nobody. He broke niggas off when they came to the Beat It video shoot. He sent buses to pick niggas up. Crips. He even picked up some Mexican gang members. Michael Jackson didn't even have to claim Crip. They loved him, respected him, and the Bloods weren't even strong like that. I forget what year in the Bloods and when they finally got there with it, but Michael Jackson didn't have to claim Crip. I mean, there's a picture out there. I'm not sure of the validity of the picture of Michael Jackson. You guys know I'm talking about Michael Jackson putting up the C. Is that Photoshop or is that real? Michael Jackson wasn't paying gang members the way Chris Brown is. Go ask Reggie Wright Jr. He more than likely he already addressed this, or Big U. The first time I went to LA was mid-'80s. I'm on Sunset Boulevard. You know what I was doing. And I just happened to ask a nigga, hey, there's a Michael Jackson living around so-and-so and such and such. He said, yeah. He said, why you ask? I said, well, I want to go by the house. He said, go by the house. He said, we'll tell you the neighborhood, but you go on Michael Jackson's property, nigga, we'll kill you. That was back in the 80s. Anyway, I had to say that with regards to Chris Brown. Pardon me for the long rant. I just, hold on a second. Florida Police Department will hired that race soldier. Did you mean to say will hire? Why'd you put a D? Is that some type of new Ebonic? I don't know. I struggle with Ebonics, folks. Please. Florida Police Department will hired that race soldier. Thank you for your donation. Carell, peace, Carell. Where's Carell? Hold on a second. Peace. 917. Is that Carell? Did I say that name right? 917. Yes, no, maybe.
Peace, star.
Yes, sir. Peace. Thank you for your patience. Is this Carell, K-State? Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, just K for short.
Okay. Well, listen, sir. I'm sipping on that wine. I'm out there. What do you want to start?
As you should.
Facts.
Before I forget, good luck on the date. Good luck on that date. I hope you're going to come strapped, though. You got to stay on point. I remember you saying she had a boyfriend.
Sir, there's no such thing as luck. But she's Jamaican. She's got some big titties and a slim waist, and we're just having brunch, But listen, she already knows, and I told her if anything goes left, bitch, I'm shooting you first. So she knows. She knows.
Oh, off top.
Off top, yeah. Go ahead.
But I also wanted to touch on this 6'3", 228-pound piece of shit.
Please.
That, I can't believe Jen was like, that microphone documentary got her that upset that she's willing to cake for. Like, I can't believe I'm going to email you. You tell her, like, I don't see what you're talking about. What is she talking about?
Sir, she's not on the line, but if you have an issue.
I know. You're right. You're right. Pardon self. You're right.
Go to her platform. I want her to call in and speak freely. But let's bring it back for a second. We're talking about Sonya Massey, the video, horrendous. Yes?
Yes. Another thing I like to say, you're right. I thought about Do the Right Thing today when you seeing this, and I don't know if you remember the scene from the movie when it was naming Eleanor Bumpers and all the black people that was getting murdered in New York City. I actually thought about that today, and I was like, yo, this is like Eleanor Bumpers all over again. Shit. I would maybe understand it more if it was a mammy or something, but this was possibly a mentally disturbed person. He should have recognized that just by some of her mannerisms. Like, something's a little off here, but it's not life-threatening. And then they're trained to de-escalate.
I said this earlier, sir. I'm going to say it again, and I don't say this too often. She was a queen in my book. She was educated. She went to college, you can see a picture with her in her gown and the cap and holding a baby. Come on. I'm calling you. There's some type of, prowler or something. The fuck? Come on.
Yeah, another thing I like that you said, since this, election year, I remember you talking about before when they killed the cop in Queens and for that presidential run.
Oh, shit. Where you going, sir? Where you going? Supreme Team, Pappy Mason, where you going, sir?
Yeah, but you don't remember they killed the cop. What's his name? Edward Bryan? Didn't during that next presidential election, the president rode around with the badge to gain sympathy. This could be a little alley-oop for Kamala if she know how to properly play this.
Come on. You have the floor, sir.
And I'm gonna leave that there. I'm not a Kamala fan at all. I know she's arrested more black people in the state of California than slavery did. Her statistics are mind-boggling. And then the whole thing with Montel Williams, and you look at her husband now, it's like she has identity crisis, lying about she's listening to Tupac, and I don't know. It's not good.
Well, hang on a second. Now, Trump is my guy, but Kamala's getting her weight up. Ooh. Beyonce co-signed her that song "Freedom" off of the, I think the Lemonade album or something like that. 150.
I don't know. I don't think Beyonce has she has a lot of keyboard warriors. She lost her Adidas contract. Albums not selling.
Sir, that doesn't matter. Beyonce has given Kamala Harris permission to use that song. That's what I'm talking about. So she's got the sister girl union, coming together. That's what I'm saying. $150 million, sir, and support. So she's getting the weight up, man. I'm not voting for her, but
she is, but
go ahead.
She is, but she's not. I think one of the callers mentioned it earlier. She could identify as anything. I don't know what she is.
Yeah.
It's almost like Barack Obama. Don't get me wrong, Barack Obama's black, but it's not like it's Michael Murphy from around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different.
She's a code switcher, Kamala. She's a code switcher.
Yeah. That fake laugh she has is it's bad.
Yeah, she code switching like Star, nigga. You know what it is.
I expect it from a woman. They're gonna do whatever they gotta do.
I appreciate the call, man. Salute. Thank you, sir. Salute.
Peace.
Peace. Kay sends in a donation. They said the officer has stage 3 colon cancer. They might use that as a defense. I don't give a fuck. Thank you, Kay. Gemstar tapping in. Can someone please sprinkle a little bit of rat poison in Puerto Rican Jen's rice and beans? She is pissing me off. Sir, can I ask you to go to her platform? Jen, you have to do a video on this. Jen, you have to. You have to. Jen's been busy, dealing with the heat's been crazy in Vegas. Anybody out there in the live chat in Las Vegas? I called Jen just to check on her like a week ago. It was always like 115 degrees. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Got the police checking in. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Officer, don't say your name. You are from the Philadelphia area. You are one of my friends. Don't say your name, sir. Philly police.
Okay.
How are you, sir? It's cracking.
What's going on, Star? Hey, man, that video was really disgusting. Cop did everything wrong. He just went to work wanting to kill a black person that day, man.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
That's what it looked like.
No. But when you start from the beginning of the video and they're laughing with her and what he said was when he said, "I'll shoot you right in your effing face," like she was mental. You don't speak to anybody with a mental condition like that. De-escalate the situation. Right. You don't, if she was mental, you don't get her riled up, and it's a pot of water. You can always retreat in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Because the first thing you want to do is preserve life. She didn't have a gun, knife. Yeah, I mean it's like a 21. I think it's a 21-foot rule. A bucket of water. I mean hot water. Yeah, but. Yeah. It wasn't even her intent. She didn't even say, "I'm gonna throw it on you." She said, "I'm going to rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
Jesus, yeah.
She saw something in that man. She saw something evil in him when he said, "You're gonna throw it on me." Just by him saying that, she's like, "Oh man, he's tripping." That was a way. I don't want to piss you off by saying you tripping and you acting crazy. So I'm gonna say, "I'm gonna rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and he still shot her anyway. Man, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
But to piggyback off what the last caller said, because that's what I had in mind. A lot of times stuff like this happens that never makes the news. Never hear about it. You never see body cam. I think they found this and said, this is a way for us to get the sympathy of the voters for the black woman versus the white man. Because, Trump whole thing is, I don't know how true it is, but where cops want to have to pay for the things they do to the citizens, and so it's all a play. They're using her to their benefit, which is sad also. Yeah. But they're using this as a play. Kamala Harris. Now everybody that's Democrat or the left is going to feel sorry for the black woman. So now it's the black woman versus the white man. On both ends. Yeah. Political race, this cop versus.
Can I jump in, officer? I'm hearing everything you're saying, and I'm so glad you have grown and evolved. What is it, 16 years on the job now, and you're different,
Yes. Yeah, much different. I what's bad. I feel so. Why are you laughing? Listen, I feel sorry for a lot of the black people and the black officers because I'm just saying why, because you get it from both ends. You get it from your family and friends, although they call you when they need a hookup or they get a ticket.
Yes, sir.
And you get it from the white officers at work. Now everybody's getting on Jen like she should be on board the situation, but in my experience,
right,
in my experience, Puerto Rican people are just as racist as the white people. Some of them, they feel like they're
officer. Listen, I don't want to start nothing. Jen is a great person, but I have information.
I don't know her. Yeah.
No, I can't confirm it, but I have information that Jen is really Italian. Out here perpetrating the fraud. She's from the Bronx. But I have information that Jen is really Sicilian. But go ahead. You were saying finish up.
I'm just saying in that setting, you know, I mean, you even have some black people turning against other black people to fit in. So, you know, quite naturally, not all, you know, it's not all any situation, but you will have, you know, Puerto Rican people that's kind of racist towards the black people in the neighborhood and towards the black people on the job. So I'm not, and she's not going to, I'm not saying she shouldn't, but she ain't going to feel sympathy for a black woman that got shot by a white cop. So, I mean, everybody's expecting that, but she's not till it happens in reverse. There's been a big black guy that shot.
Well, Jen's black. She's Sicilian.
Yeah.
Nigga start snitching.
Listen,
officer, I don't want you to say anymore. You've done great. You and I will catch up, if not tomorrow, Friday. You're good, man. Your point is well taken.
Okay.
Salute. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right. North Philly police tapping in. It's one of my friends, you know. Brought up on several charges, you know, hitting people in the heads with guns, stupid shit. Troll babies, are we done or do we keep the show going? I'm going on that date tomorrow afternoon with the 28-year-old Jamaican girl. She's got some pretty teeth. I will say that. And lips. I'm not with that French kissing thing, but she smells good. This is going to sound crazy, but do they still make Gloria Vanderbilt perfume? Gloria. I might buy a bottle of that. Oh, they still make it. I might buy a bottle of that and just squirt that on her. I mean, she smells great, but I'm just saying, are you guys laughing in the live chat? You should be. Yes, that's old. Gloria Vanderbilt perfume. Let me bookmark this page. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to take those fucking stilettos with me tomorrow. Thank you for your donation, Charisse. Lucifer says, Star, Sonya was a defiant mammy. Fuck is you talking about? Wow. Okay, well, listen, the man spent Skrilla. Gotta let him have his say. Oh, here's Jen sending more screenshots. Okay, Jen, I got you. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany says, Star, 35 plus need the most life coaching. Tiffany, you and I are cool, so you and I can talk, you know. But yeah, as far as my life coaching, I've already got like 5 clients. I have to have some type of better criteria here. Ladies, if you're over 35, I can't help you. Fellas, I should say if you're over 40. Fellas, if you're over 40, I can't help you. You have to want to live your life. You know, you can't live for others. And that's a big part of life coaching. Can you step outside of your comfort zone? I may talk about this a little bit more, a little bit later. Actually, you know, what time is it now? Wow, we've done 3 hours here. Terrence, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Hey, Cherie. Cherie says, Star, you need some of this 47-year-old pussy. Bone doing work. Where are you, man? I got busy. Pardon self. Bone doing work. Are you there? Where is Bone doing work? Hold on a second. 347. Thank you for your patience. Are you there? Good evening. 347.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what up, Star?
How are you, sir?
Like, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm on the fence with the Sonya situation.
Oh, come on, sir.
Like,
Get on code. The Beast, Jake, the Gooses. You know, they got up in her house, man, and violated. Nigga, what's cracking? Huh?
Nah, like, yo, RIP to Sonya, right? But I seen the video like 2 days ago, but the angle that I seen was the partner body cam, right? So I was wondering, like, was she doing anything behind the counter that we probably ain't see?
Oh God!
But today,
like
I
what?
Seen her,
like what?
Today I seen her.
What's she doing?
Listen, Star. Today I seen her.
Come on.
I seen another video today, right? It was the body cam from the actual officer that shot her, right?
Right.
And if you pause the video at 9 seconds, you can see that she got up and reached for the pot.
Oh.
She actually had the pot in her hand when he pulled the trigger and shot her. You know what I'm saying? So where I come from, like when the cops tell you to do something, you comply, because that's your life. You know what I mean? Like, you don't play with your life like that. You feel me? So, I mean, I was on the fence, but after seeing that video, it's like I don't really know how to.
Sir, are you?
Yeah,
sir, are you Sicilian or Puerto Rican? Who am I speaking to?
No, I'm black. I'm black.
Okay, on the screen right now, my showrunner, I want you to go to Blockstar's podcast. Jen is going to do a video on this, and I want you to, chime in on what she's saying, because the two of you, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think you're high. You're as high as giraffe pussy. I don't believe you. Go ahead.
Nah, hell no, bro. Nah, like I said, when I seen the first video from the partner, I was on board with everybody else. Like, nah, the officer violated. But when I seen the second video today, and I seen like she actually, after she said sorry, put the pot down on the stove, got down.
Right.
She got back up and had the pot in her hand. I was gonna send you the email, but I don't really know how you do all that.
I got it. But hang on. Stay with me. Stay with me. How old are you, sir? How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay. Whitey is the master of technology, sir. The screenshots that Jen sent me and what you're talking about is actually when Sonya Massey was putting the pot down and getting low. That's what you sir. What you're trying to claim, sir, as they say in the hood, is cap. But go ahead and finish up, my nigga. Go ahead.
Nah. So like I said, I was on the fence. Right? I rewinded the video. I paused it all. Like she said, the officer said, put the pot down. She said sorry, got down,
right,
and she started to get back up and pick the pot up. And she actually got up and picked the pot up, and he shot her.
So I appreciate the call, but I just want to end it on this. I'm gonna land my plane right here. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cracker lover. Good night, cracker lover. My nigga, salute, my nigga. Yeah. Cracker lover.